Strap in.
Son? Son, are you okay? There's been some sort of a accident. Are you hurt? Where's your mother? Shea! You must still be in shock. Shea, you need to snap out of it.
What?
Our ship has crashed. Your mother's still inside. We need to get her out.
Bridgeman!
Just help me out of this sand, will you?
That girl.
Who are you talking about? Never mind. I'll get myself out.
How did you shrink your head?
You need to calm down, son. There's been an accident, and your mother is still trapped.
My mother?
We saw this part at the end of the last stream, so I'm just going to get us up to where we were.
She's really...
Yes, she's really in there. And no, I'm not going to leave her behind. We're going to get your mom out of there.
My... mom?
I know we haven't seen you much in person lately. It's just that I've been busy outside the ship, or, well, what I thought was a ship, in what I thought was space.
We weren't actually in space?
The point is, your mom is still inside the thing, and she's not responding to my calls. Help me find a way to get back on board, will you?
Sure. Dad?
All right. What's up, YouTube? Welcome in. It's great to have you here. I hope you enjoyed part 5, albeit the struggle that it was for me to figure out what was going on. Here we are, Shea. If you haven't already, please take a second to like the stream, subscribe to the channel, follow all the links down in the description, leave a comment at some point on this if you'd like. I really hope that you've been enjoying this as much as I've enjoyed bringing it to you. It's been an absolute pleasure. I'm really excited to see what's in store tonight. So let's jump into part 6. And don't forget, if you ever want to be here live, I encourage you to follow me on twitch.tv/DrMick. We'd love to have you there. 9:30 p.m. Pacific time, every day except Monday. All right, let's talk to Dad, see if we can learn a little bit more about what happened here.
Is there anything I can do to help?
Maybe you could go exploring and find something or someone that would help us.
Good idea. I'll go see what I can find.
So, I'm going to start off by saying that, like, for some, it might be a bit jarring to see Shea's reaction to his father here. I think a lot of us might be inclined to want to ask a lot of questions, to seek some answers, figure out what the nature of our relationship is. We have to put ourselves into Shea's context. Shea's reaction to his father taking the bubble off of his head suggests to me that Shea doesn't really have a conceptualization of mother and father. Right? Like when he said your mother and then he was like, huh? I think he has a different idea of what guardianship looks like than we do. So Shea being relatively chill about this and not being particularly curious or overwhelmed by the notion that he just met his father may be because he's just like, all right, he's just a dude. Now, I do think that it's a bit surprising that he is so chill with the fact that he's having contact with another human. Because as far as we know, this is the only human that he's ever interacted with. So Shea's orientation to really anybody he can interact with is going to be similar to how he interacted with AIs. And that's to assume that they probably don't have any emotional investment in him, that they're relatively distant, that they have a directive. I mean, his father essentially just acted in the way that Shea is used to by saying, all right, here's our mission, got to do this, got to do that. And he's very cold. So I think this fits, to an extent, what we would expect. It's a little bit weird for us, but I don't think it's that weird for Shea. I think what's going to be weird for Shea is having to come to terms with the fact that he's been inside of what is essentially a monster for a long time, and that's going to just bring down his schema of everything he's ever known. That might bring about some anxiety. But my hope would be that Shea possesses enough brain plasticity for this to be a exciting experience for him, because it's going to be novel.
Real seagulls, not made of yarn. I mean, I guess I always knew my parents were people. It's just been a while since I thought of them that way.
Which totally makes sense. Now remember, we have to suspend some disbelief here. Shea is probably going to orient himself to this environment faster than we would generally anticipate. I think you have to do this from a game narrative standpoint, otherwise this would just be Shea going, "Aah!" like when we were in Psychonauts and Helmet was regaining his senses. So we can suspend some disbelief as far as that's concerned.
Is that really our ship? Why does it look like a...
A monster? I don't know. I'll figure it out after we get your mother.
I wonder how my mom's doing in there. I wonder how my mom's doing in there.
All right, let's figure out where to go, huh?
So, if we weren't actually in space, where were we?
Okay, let's go talk to this guy.
Greetings. I am Shea of Luruna. Curious. If I wasn't traveling through space, then why are you speaking in an alien tongue? Judging by your outfit, I assume you're the leader of this place?
This is beautiful. This is so cool. It's so cool. This is exactly how we would expect him to respond. This is exactly how you would expect it. This is so great. We have to be careful because we can't inject our own sensibilities into this. We know that this guy speaks because we were Vela. Shea doesn't know that. Shea's had no interactions with humans up until this point, and he certainly never had an interaction with somebody outside of his ship. Everything is brand new to him. So when he walks up to this guy and he has something in his throat, we know that. Shea doesn't know that. Shea going up to him and being like, "Oh, you must be speaking an alien language because I'm on an alien planet." Makes complete sense. His first thought wouldn't be, this guy's choking on something, because Shea doesn't have a point of reference for it. This is truly how powerful it is to have an experience growing up that is so homogenous and so limited that when you are exposed to the diversity of the world and all sorts of things that you could deductively reason, you get lost. You have to go off of like the very limited knowledge that you have. This is why education's important. This is why access to diverse resources, diverse representation is so deeply important, because if you don't have that, you have a very limited way of moving through the world. We can have empathy for that, but it creates real problems when people have more of an omniscient sense of what's going on, like we do right now. We desperately want to be like, dude, Shea, oh my God, this guy's choking. But Shea has no reason to know that. It's the power of context, man.
I'd love to talk more, but I need to go help my parents right now.
And this guy's like, dude!
Nice schematic.
How do I get that? We're going to have to figure out how to get that out of him.
Real seagulls, not made of yarn. Hi, I'm Shea.
I'm Carl. No, wait. You know what? Carol. My name is Carol.
Nice to meet you, Carol.
That's my mom's name.
What are you doing?
Taking a break from the husband, the kids, and that darn cloud we live on. Trying to enjoy a little fishing here, but having some setbacks.
Fish aren't biting?
No, some nitwit stole every hook in town. Trying to twist this wire into a hook, but it's not working out.
By the way, we know that she was in the clouds. Shea doesn't. So I'm only going to say this once now as we're Shea, but I am going to, as best I can, not use any information that we got from playing as Vela to make sense of what's happening between Shea and the people he runs into here. And I encourage anybody who's watching this to do the same. We're not smarter than Shea because we are smarter than Shea only because we got to play as Vela, not because we are actually smarter than him. So, as best I can when I do these analyses and I'm looking at this, I'm trying to ask myself, how is Shea's context colliding with what he's seeing in the here and now, not with what we already know about these people? He has no way of knowing that she was up in the clouds.
Did you say you had wire?
I have a bunch, but I'm using it all up trying to make these dang hooks.
You lived on a cloud?
Yeah, but it's not as nice as it sounds. Trapped up in that fluffy, soft world, never able to leave or do anything real.
I can relate, actually. Did you see that big thing crash down out there on the beach?
Mog Chothra? Yeah, good riddance. Don't have to worry about that pain in the neck showing up and eating our girls anymore, I guess.
Did you say Mog Chothra ate girls? Are you sure he wasn't rescuing them?
Rescuing? Huh? From what? Their loving families?
Well, good luck and good fishing, Carol.
Worst day fishing beats the best day in a cloud cult.
Oh man, that's gonna be really hard for Shea. I think that's gonna be really hard for Shea to make sense of, and I don't think that Carol's gonna be the only person that Shea has this kind of interaction with. Shea is going to have to be very careful not to personalize the fact that Mog Chothra ate girls. He doesn't know they're safe, nor does anybody here. The only person that knows they're safe is Vela. So Shea has to be careful because this is where hindsight knowledge becomes dangerous. When people start saying to Shea that Mog Chothra was eating people and he knows that he was in charge of Mog Chothra, it's going to be easy for him to say, oh my God, I'm a horrible person. But the reality is, no, he isn't. He didn't know. He is also a victim of this circumstance. The people who are at fault are the people who put Shea in a position to do that without any information. Always default to thinking about how you can hold systems accountable instead of individuals, because individuals are often products of whatever the system is pressed upon them unless they're in a position of power. So one of the things that sometimes people will do to better make sense of something is to personalize it, and that would not do Shea any favors, because I actually think it could lead to him being depressed or anxious, engage in some degree of self-loathing, completely reconceptualize who he is, and we don't want that. So he has to find it in him to have empathy for himself, that he did the best that he could do with the information that he had at the given point in time that he made the decision. And that the hindsight knowledge he's going to gain here needs to be used to do better in the future, but not to judge himself for what happened, because there is no way that Shea would have ever been able to know what he was actually doing unless he got into this circumstance. Too many people use hindsight to judge their decisions from the past rather than thinking about how to make better decisions going forward. And as I say a lot on TikTok and on these streams, hindsight, judgment, or using hindsight to like guide a interaction like this because you already know what's going to happen doesn't make you smarter. It just makes you aware of a potential consequence. So don't use hindsight for anything other than doing better going forward. Pionk, thank you very much for the raid. I really appreciate that, friend. Those of you coming along with Pionk, hi, I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. We're currently playing Broken Age. It's a game by Double Fine. We're on part 6. We have parts 1 through 3 are all the way up on YouTube right now. The other ones are currently VODs on Twitch if you ever want to get caught up. but I use games to illustrate psychological concepts, to talk about relationships and all sorts of fun stuff like that. If that sounds like your jam, stay along, hang out. Feel free to give me a follow. Pionka is a good friend of the stream. If you don't follow her, please make sure that you do that. I hope your Saturday shenanigans were a blast. Let's get back into Broken Age. Please don't spoil. Please don't backseat if you're new here.
Oh, what's that smell? Wow. This stinky, gross mess would never be allowed on the Bassa Nostra. I love it. Wow. Looks like something really hot happened here.
Oh yeah, Shea's gonna be thrilled by anything that's not his ship. This would be really exciting for him. Which goes to show, friends, that the frame you construct for the thing you're about to engage in is deeply, deeply important. I have no doubt that anxiety is part of Shea's experience here. It couldn't not be. In other words, it has to be, because he's walking into the unknown. But Shea has chosen to take this moment and say to himself, this is a really cool opportunity for me to explore something outside of what I knew for the first however many years of my life. And as a result, the novel experiences he's having are going to filter through that frame. If Shea takes that anxiety and constructs a frame of, oh my God, I can't handle this. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to be crushed by all of this. I'm not going to do anything right. Then he's going to look for data amidst the novelty to suggest that that's correct, and it's likely going to exacerbate his anxiety as he experiences the novelty, because he's going to continually focus on what he doesn't know instead of the opportunity ahead of him. I cannot emphasize enough how important the frame you take into new experiences and into the unknown is, because you can literally shoot yourself in the foot by the way that you conceptualize something, particularly when you're experiencing anxiety or fear. Doesn't mean you have to ignore it. But when I say that the best way to work through anxiety is to acknowledge its presence and then to do stuff despite the fact that the anxiety is present, this is what I'm talking about. Shea has decided that he's going to grab this by the horns and he's going to push into the novelty of this rather than get crushed by the anxiety associated with it.
What the... That outfit. Operation Dandelion. Are you...
It is Shea. It is Shea!
From the future?
Are you me from the past?
I can't believe what I'm seeing.
This is amazing.
As an aside, just as an aside, because I need to get this out of my system, okay? I hate this shit. I hate time travel. I think time travel is the dumbest concept in the entire universe. It's pretty much never done well. Everything about this drives me insane. Because older Shea would know that he met himself in the past, because he had the experience in the past of being the younger him that met the older him. So older Shea should not be surprised by this at all. In fact, he should be anticipating it because it already happened. I hate this. I love the game. I'm not shitting on Double Fine. I hate time travel. So like when we see this, it's so hard to analyze because it's like, because theoretically, again, older Shea knows that younger Shea was going to walk into the room at this point, because when he was younger Shea, he has this memory. So, yeah, could you have wiped his memory? Sure, maybe that's like a loophole of this entire thing, but like this really wouldn't be a novel experience for old Shea. So we'll see if his memory gets wiped or whatever. But the whole like meeting yourself in time travel is just... All right, I got it out of my system. Maybe he just... How do you forget this? There's no way he forget. Okay, so I'm not trying to make fun of that question. It's actually a really good question, Sticks. There's no way he forgets this. This is a monumental moment in Shea's life. Shea's entire reality has been crushed. Everything he ever knew has been turned upside down. People don't forget shit like that unless they have severe brain damage. There's no possible way that old Shea forgets that this moment happened. There's no way. If you met yourself from the future, I guarantee you wouldn't forget it. So, all right, we'll see what happened here. This is wild, but I needed that had to get out of my system because that frustration was going to show through for the rest of this. I'm going to do my best to try to analyze it from a place of like, okay, cool, we're going to work with this because this is what's happening, as opposed to me just trying to pick it apart from a logistical standpoint. But time travel.
I'm not sure the world is ready for two of us.
Yeah, our parents would probably agree. One Shea is enough.
Yeah. Wait, who's Shea?
We're Shea.
My name is Alex. I don't remember ever being called Shea.
You didn't grow up on the Bassa Nostra?
No, I grew up on the Malaruna.
And now I hang my head in shame for jumping to conclusions. Double fine. Double fine from me to you. From me to you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for not doing that. And for making me look foolish for not letting the cutscene play out. I just soapboxed on something I didn't need to soapbox on because you did it right. So thank you. I hang my head in shame. Anybody who's ever watched any of my YouTube videos and series that hates how often I pause the game is sitting in their chair right now going, about goddamn time, DrMick. About time that you pause the stream too early and you get bit in the ass for it. I've been waiting for this shit to happen. I just know it. I know there are going to be comments about this. I know there are. They're going to be like, this is why you watch the entire cutscene, DrMick. Don't try to get out in front of it. Don't try to seem like you're smarter. Just watch the goddamn game and then talk about it. I get it, all right? I get it. Lesson learned. And of course Double Fine is the one that teaches it to me.
Oh, then we're not...
Yeah, I guess not.
That's a relief.
Yeah. Wait, why is that a relief?
Nothing. I just mean that... Nothing.
But you know what? I'm going to use myself to actually illustrate a legitimate psychological concept here. This isn't going to be an analysis of the game. This is actually an analysis of me. Because back in part 3, I think it was, when Vela met Alex, I guess, I hypothesized that was Shea from the future. That was my initial reaction to it. Okay? So now we had an experience here where we didn't have all the information. We didn't take the time. I didn't take the time to gather more information and to see what it actually was. I immediately went, I was right, instead of letting it play out. That's how quickly confirmation bias happens. That's why your first impression of something is so deeply important. Because I immediately stopped paying attention to what was going on, and I wanted to be correct. I wanted this situation to be a confirmation of what my hypothesis was back in episode 3, instead of taking it for what it was. That's how quickly it happens. I talk about this on stream all the time. I talk about how mindful we need to be of the fact that this is something that we come up against, and I am just as subject to it as anybody else. I got all up in my business about how I thought this was Shea, and so here we go. This is super exciting. And then I got to shit all over time travel, which it seems like I was ready and rearing to do. and I'd stop paying attention to what happened in the moment. And that happens to all of us throughout our lives. It's very important to notice that as soon as you can, and then try to gather more information about context. You should always be trying to gather as much information as you can, but our brain takes shortcuts. And you just saw in real time my brain taking a shortcut. So if you're a person that's inclined to get on yourself about confirmation bias, or I do it too. Okay? So when I say we're all susceptible to this shit, I really do mean it. I'm not immune to this just because I'm a therapist and I study this and I constantly talk about it on stream. Made a nice omelet out of that egg on your face. Nice. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. See, Chad, I acted this way as an example. That's yes. Did this. No, I didn't do it on purpose. I'm not as smart as you, sir. Thank you, Poca, for the sub design. So why are you dressed like me? Well, I guess he's wearing horizontal stripes, not vertical stripes.
So, why are you dressed like me?
Were you also in Operation Dandelion?
Yeah, what I thought was a spaceship. But then it crashed, and it wasn't in space. And there was this angry girl there, and my ship looked like a monster on the outside.
You know, I remember the Malaruna looked a little funny after the crash, but I just thought it was deflated airbags and fire damage. Well, if I wasn't actually from space, that will make my trip back to Laruna a lot easier. If I can get this ship fixed.
Matt, thanks for gifting that sub to Roslyn. Okay, so I'm not going to spend too much time hypothesizing here, but this is kind of interesting because we've essentially learned that the thrush, which is the dudes that the wolf guy is, are engaging in some type of eugenics, and it makes me wonder if Operation Dandelion is some sort of means of perpetuating that. And they're using different people over different generations in order to accomplish some sort of goal as it relates to it. Because if you have people isolated in their chambers, then they don't really have any reason to believe that there's other people that are also engaging in it, because they're isolated in their own space. I mean, as far as we knew, Shea was drifting in space with nobody else around him. And Operation Dandelion to him would be his directive. So yeah, so it has very much like Chosen One vibes to it for some reason.
You're going back to Laruna? That's where I'm from. But they said it was dying.
Yeah, well, if they lied to us about the space thing, who knows what else they're lying about?
Very fair point.
My ship crashed down on the beach. Didn't you see it?
Oh, that was your ship.
Yeah? Why?
Well, I might have actually shot it down.
What? Why?
Well, this girl, Vela, wanted to kill the monster, Mog Chothra. And I kind of owed her one.
Mog Chothra. How are you going to get this ship back to Laruna?
Well, if I can get my space conductor up and working again, he'll take me back to a previous destination, as long as I compose the right tune into his nav song.
Nav song? You mean your nav scarf?
Nav scarf? Was your mom really into knitting or something? Mine was all about music. Everything we did on my ship was about music. Just between you and me, I'm a little sick of the music thing.
That's really interesting.
Have you seen Laruna? What's it like?
No idea. I was born on this ship and my parents never showed me any pictures. But supposedly, it's dying.
So, why do you want to get back there?
Dying or not, home sounds pretty good after 300 years stuck on a sandcastle.
Where are your parents?
They lived for about 20 years after the crash, and then passed away 3 months apart from each other. That's one of the reasons I went into chrysolation. But hey, maybe if I get back to Laruna, who knows? I might have some other family there.
Why did they put us on spaceships that weren't spaceships?
Well, we were supposed to be looking for a new place to live, but maybe we were actually looking for something else and we just didn't know it.
Guy's very deductive.
Did you have a strange wolf on your ship who told you to hack the controls?
Weird. I did get hacking ideas like that, but I'm too embarrassed to say where they came from.
Come on.
Tell me where you got the idea to hack the ship.
I started hallucinating that my cello was talking to me. It would walk around and talk and tell me to keep secrets from my mom.
Did your cello have a name?
Well, he called himself Merrick. But you know I just made that up.
No, I had a Merrick too. He wanted us to rescue. Or capture. Girls.
I want to focus on Shea here for a second, because what Shea just did in real time was accommodate. As a reminder, as we talk about schemas, his schema for what happened on the ship was that he was rescuing girls with the boom arms. He was presented with information as an experience that misaligned with that expectation and schema. People have a choice. Do you expand your expectations, which is to accommodate, or do you jam the experience into a pre-existing expectation, which is assimilate? Shea catching himself there and laboriously working over to capture as opposed to rescue is a very real-time representation of accommodation. He took the experience that he had that was different from his expectation, and he used that to expand his expectation of what it is that might have been happening. And that's really good stuff. Part of that is related to the fact that Shea is young and has a considerable amount of brain plasticity, but it also speaks to his willingness to intentionally integrate new information into the way that he sees the world, and he will be better off for it. That's what it looks like. If you ever watch my schema video on YouTube and you're curious what it looks like it right there. That's accommodation. That's the ideal.
Those helpless creatures were... Oh man. I'm kind of glad I never managed to rescue any now.
Now, what's interesting is that Merrick... I mean, we don't know for sure, but there's too much consistency there to suggest that he just hallucinated that his cello was talking to him. And I would be curious how they made that happen.
Do you need any help getting your ship running?
Do I ever? Looters have taken some critical parts.
Well, maybe we have some extra parts on my ship. It's just downstairs on the beach.
Shea, our ship, it came to life and flew away. Probably to Loruna on autopilot. Oh no. Is that me from the past?
No, Dad. This is Alex. He was in Operation Dandelion years ago.
Ray Volta. Pleasure to meet you.
His ship crashed here too, and now he wants to go back to Loruna.
Well, I'll be. We're inside a Diamond Age Dandelion cruiser. Never seen one in person before.
If we can get my ship running, you're welcome to come back with me and look for your ship in Loruna.
Son, I think you've just found a way to catch up to your mother. I can whip up a batch of my special hull patching compound. Would that help?
Sure would. I'll bet the undercarriage on this baby is shot.
Leave it to me. I saw a tub with some good starter enzymes down on the beach.
Yeah, so that's my dad.
Cool.
So what else does your ship need to fly?
Let me see here. Still need an electronics genius, and still need your dad to patch the holes in the hull. What else? I still need a radiation suit. Haven't found a superconductive gyroscopic hypercam yet. And gotta replace my heavy-duty anti-gravity thrust unit. Once we take care of that, we'll be ready to fly.
On
Is
it.
that all? Okay, sure. Would you mind repeating that so I could write that down?
Who do you think has been looting your ship?
Actually, I suspect the guards outside. Something about their outfits.
There aren't any guards out there.
Walked off the job, eh? Man, 300 years ago, people were a lot more professional, I'll tell you what.
Okay, boomer.
What was it about your guards' outfits that made you suspicious? Did they look like they were hiding loot underneath?
No, it was the way they were made from the same material as my radiation shielding blast curtains.
Oh. What's a superconductive gyro what's-it-can?
A superconductive gyroscopic hypercam. A small but critical part of the ship's controls. Here, I'll draw you a detailed schematic.
Thank you.
Okay, I'll see if I can find
Oh.
one lying around.
I'm really not prepared.
So, what kind of help do you need with the wiring?
I need an electrical genius who can get into small spaces, knows how to solder, and who can memorize circuit boards at a glance.
Okay, yeah, that's not me. I'll find somebody. Okay, see you later.
Okay.
What's this?
What's this?
It's a music note that looks suspiciously like a star chart.
It looks so familiar.
So, top right, so all the corners. I'm just trying to file that away. File that away in the old memory bank here. It's got to be useful. I mean, if we find any music versions of what we would
Not
have
sure
seen.
what this strange diamond-shaped socket is for.
Oh, maybe we'll find something diamond.
Hey, you got this old-timey laser coil and amplifying quartz all hooked up wrong. Want me to...
No, don't touch them. They've come close to overheating several times and they're extremely unstable. I'll get around to fixing that soon. Just leave it to me.
All right, all right.
Okay. Go.
So strange. But I feel like I've seen this pyramid before. And I don't just mean a minute ago, when I was walking in. I mean, like, in a dream, almost.
Interesting.
Our ship! It's really gone.
What's this?
Hey. It's one of my Hexapal buddies. Doesn't look like he survived getting thrown off the ship. Poor guy.
Just straight up dead. I'm carrying a dead hexapal. Yoki. Dad, what are you doing, buddy?
Dad?
Son,
At least now we have a plan. Right, Dad?
well, half of one at least. If our ship's headed to Loruna on autopilot, and if we can fix Alex's ship and hitch a ride there with him, then all we have to figure out is...
What to do when we get there.
Right.
What's cooking?
Found some fermented biomatter here. Perfect enzymatic base for my patented hull patch formula. Only problem is, I can't add the bonding agent until I know I have the pH balanced perfectly, or the whole batch will be ruined.
How's the hull patch coming?
Great. Except I can't add the final ingredient until I know I have the pH balanced correctly.
Can't you just do a taste test or something?
My taste buds aren't that sensitive. Also, I put poison in there.
What?
Well, it's usually to keep space parasites from chewing on the patch. Force of habit, I guess.
How would you change the pH anyway?
I've added all the calcium carbonate I could get my hands on, just to lower the acidity and raise the pH to be somewhere in the ballpark. But I need to know it's exactly 7 before I put in the final ingredient.
How'd you get the calcium carbonate?
By grinding up every seashell on the beach. But I fear it's still not enough.
Where can I get more calcium carbonate?
That's a great question. If I could find just one more shell, that would help.
That's
Good
it?
luck, Dan.
One more?
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't we just water it down until... Right? Like, I totally, Mary. Like, can't we just...
Dad?
Son.
I wish I could do more to help Alex fix his ship.
Well, what's still left to do?
A lot?
Can you build a superconductive gyroscopic hypercam?
Sure. Just ask the ship's replicators to... Oh, yeah. Well, maybe someone here knows how.
Do you know where we can get a heavy-duty anti-gravity thrust unit?
No, but those are pretty big. If there's one around, you should be able to see it. Unless someone were hiding it.
Do you have an extra radiation suit?
I'd give you the shirt off my back, son. But it doesn't block radiation, I'm afraid.
Do you have any wire?
All my tools are still on the ship.
Well, what good are you, Dad?
You're good with electronics, right?
Well, the ship used to fix its own wiring using robots. So I never needed to learn how, unfortunately.
Don't worry, Dad. I've got this under control.
That's my boy.
Dad, did you know we weren't in space the whole time?
No, but I had my suspicions. In my nightly maintenance patrols of the ship's exterior, I found many anomalies I couldn't explain.
Did you and Mom know about Merrick?
Who?
The guy in the wolf suit, who lived in the vents of the ship.
If there were someone on the ship without our knowledge, that could only be the work of the Thrushmaster, the head of Operation Dandelion. But why send an operative and not tell us?
I'm going to say this because I think that sorry I treated you and Mom like machines is a thing that a child would say, but it's not something he needs to say to his dad. There's no reason to apologize for something that isn't what you're accountable for. Like, sorry as a platitude is not useful. It's okay if he has some level of remorse, and my hope is that his dad's going to respond to this in a way that is reassuring of him, saying, you don't need to apologize for that. I totally understand. We put you in that situation. He doesn't need to do it, but a child probably would, because he doesn't have necessarily the full ability to take all the context into account. He's still acting somewhat egocentrically and may wonder if treating him and Mom like machines was hurtful to them, because he might experience that as hurtful. I mean, he was essentially treated as a child, which is not what fit his identity, and it was hurtful to him. So to me, Shea is using some level of inductive experience to try to relate to his dad and apologize. Right? Like, I was treated like a child despite being a teenager. I was treating you as an AI despite being a human. I know that hurt me. I believe it might hurt you. It's a very empathic thing. My hope would be that his dad says, you don't need to apologize for that, son. It's totally understandable why that happened.
I'm going to see what I can find out.
Damn it. I always
Dad?
forget when I
Son.
unpause it moves the thing.
Sorry I treated you and Mom like machines.
Oh, you didn't all the time, son. Until you turned 13, we didn't annoy you at all. Plus, you can make up for it by helping us get your mother off that ship.
That tells me that Dad did as many parents do, took Shea's transformation into teenage years personally instead of looking at it developmentally. Of course Shea didn't treat you particularly great. You infantilized him. And as he got older and realized that that didn't feel good and was having less novel experience, he was going to rebel. He was going to try to assert his autonomy against you. That's part of what becoming a teenager is. Parents who understand that, take it in stride, empathize with it, and in some ways scaffold it, are likely to have better outcomes with their teenage children than parents who take that personally and try and shut it down. Shea's dad's answer to that suggests to me that he did take some of that personally and is in his own shit right now instead of really listening to Shea and helping him understand what he did was not particularly wrong given the context he was in. So it's a bit of a bummer. I'm not going to be quick to hate on Shea's dad here because as far as we know, Shea's dad hasn't really had a chance to learn any of this or hasn't really been properly socialized around these things. It is disappointing from Shea's perspective, though, to get that response from his dad. We'd want to teach his dad to have more sensitivity to context in the way that he answers that.
Was Operation Dandelion for real?
Obviously, Operation Dandelion was not what they told us it was. But why hide it from us? What were they up to?
I'm going to see what I can find out.
Okay, I'm gonna stay here and gather my thoughts.
All right. What a nice touch that they have the reflection in the water of Carol. Let's go see if that one dude's in his house. We're gonna walk past the tree too.
Filthy, lousy, sadistic... Oops.
Hey, tree.
I heard you talking. You don't need to hide it from me.
Talking to humans hasn't really worked out well for me.
I understand why you're mad. Stuck in one place all your life, wanting to see the world.
No, that's not what...
Shea just did the same thing I did a while back. Okay, that's empathy using inductive reasoning. So Shea sees something that he identifies with in this tree. The isolation, some frustration. And because Shea is still relatively young, his immediate assumption is that that tree must connect with his personal experience. So he tries to use his personal experience to connect with the tree and to understand it. That is novice level empathy. When people try to use their own experience and do a one-to-one, and a lot of people do this and a lot of people miss the mark when they do it. Because Shea doesn't even if that was what's going on for the tree, Shea doesn't understand it fully. Shea would be better off, as many of us would be when we try to empathize, asking himself, what's the underlying process of the context that the tree is in? He can see that there's frustration. He can see that there's hesitation. He can see that he's alone. Shea might ask himself, me being in that position, something that I can connect with, when I'm in that position, how does that feel for me? That feels frustrating, it feels lonely, whatever it might be. And he can say that instead of like putting his own experience onto the tree. Hey, you seem upset, or you seem hesitant, or you seem confused. Like, that's better empathizing. It's an effort to try to understand a person's experience as opposed to using your own experience to try to connect with somebody, because you're inherently going to miss the mark and you're going to get the no, that's not what's making me upset. And then a lot of people take that personally and they go, well, I was just trying to, and it's like, you lost it, right? So empathy is trying to use the emotional experience you might have had with something that might have been similar process-wise and naming that, as opposed to using your own experience and naming it. And then a person has to basically tell you, no, that's not it. Saying I understand is generally not really a good thing to do unless somebody's giving you directions. If somebody's telling you about their experience, instead of saying I understand, ask some questions, try to learn more, and say, here's what I think I'm getting from what you're saying. But understand is not really a good word because the chances are you don't. And you'll never be able to experience it 100% and get a one-to-one. Tree Hugger, thanks for the raid, man. I really appreciate it. Tree Hugger's a good friend of the stream. If you don't follow him, please do that. I hope you enjoyed Sea of Thieves.
It's making me upset. It's all the murderous humans who want to cut us down. Being stuck in one spot is kind of like the whole tree thing, man. Who wouldn't like that?
Now, that said, I'm not trying to make people skittish about making attempts to empathize. Generally, if you make a good faith attempt to empathize with somebody and you miss the mark, people will just correct you. It's very rare that people will get offended when you're making an effort to try to understand them better and to empathize with them. This was something that I learned on the crisis and suicide hotline very early on and has been true all throughout my career as a therapist, which is that for the most part, people see the effort you're trying to make, as opposed to, being super pissy with you because you didn't quite get it right. If you consistently get it wrong, and it's because you clearly aren't listening or you are projecting, that's going to frustrate people. But making a good faith effort and missing the mark is generally not going to turn people off. They're going to correct you. And when they correct you, you shouldn't take it personally. You should instead go, cool, thank you for telling me your experience. I really appreciate that. And you file it away. And that's what I would expect Shea to do here.
Do all trees talk in this land?
Maybe take the time to talk to them before you cut them down, and you'll find out.
Well.
Do you know anything about fixing spaceships?
No, that's a subject that never resonated with me.
Oh, good one.
Yeah, tree jokes are the best.
I've never cut down a tree in my life.
Really? How'd you get your wood?
We didn't use wood. My mom just knit everything we needed.
Well, that's just the sweetest thing I've ever... Wait, what were her knitting needles made of?
Plastic,
Okay.
I think. Don't worry. I've seen much weirder stuff than talking trees where I'm from.
Oh, so I'm a weird thing, huh? A freak? Does that make you want to cut me down, huh? Turn me into a stool, I suppose?
No, that's not what I was saying at all.
Tree's doing the same thing. We're just two people from very different contexts that would do well to be curious about each other's experiences rather than making assumptions. Now, that said, we do have to take power dynamics into account here. Tree is in a marginalized position relative to Shea. Shea has the ability to move. Shea has the ability to create tools. Shea at any point in time can cut the tree down because the tree really can't do anything about it. So the tree is in a subordinate position, which means that Shea could exert power over it should he so choose, and there's not really a lot that the tree could do about it. So for that reason, the tree being skeptical and defensive makes a lot more sense because it's a survival mechanism. He has seen enough humans cut enough trees down that any human at this point could be dangerous to him. So when he sees Shea, even though we know that Shea is harmless, and Shea knows that Shea is harmless, the tree defaulting to assuming that Shea is harmless could be dangerous because it's not going to be on guard. If we convert this over to humans, I'm talking about power dynamics in society. People in marginalized groups don't have the benefit of just assuming that everybody's cool. You have to assume that people in dominant positions that have traditionally hurt folks that fit your description could potentially be dangerous. It doesn't mean they will be. It's not every human in this case. It's any human could be. And you have to be on guard. So the tree gets a little bit more leeway here to be defensive and to be cynical and to be kind of jabbing at Shea Shea does not, because Shea is in the dominant position of power. Shea doesn't necessarily know that. I'm not going to hold him too accountable to that, given that he's a teenager. But that's the dynamic that's happening here. So the tree being defensive is actually a survival coping mechanism that I think is okay for him to engage in. And Shea doesn't need to necessarily understand that. And honestly, if it's off-putting to Shea and Shea goes away, it means the tree did his job. He's safe. Or he gets to know Shea and realizes that he's harmless. And that's why I say both parties could benefit from being curious about each other. Shea has to start that conversation, whether he knows it or not.
Have you seen a mad-looking girl in a tattered dress?
Oh, please don't mention that demented little urchin to me. It makes me sick to think of how she made me sick.
Makes sense.
Why did she make you sick?
She coveted my sap. I saw her collect it in a bucket. Oh, curse my precious fluids and all their magical hardening properties.
Well, I gotta make like a tree and split.
It's supposed to be a banana, but don't worry about it. Tree jokes are hard.
Any talking trees over here? No? Good.
I can hear you.
Check the mailbox.
There's some sort of flyer in here. Hey, this is that girl that tried to punch me. Please contact the Tartine family in Sugar Bunting if you have any information about our beloved daughter. How do I break it to them that their daughter was swallowed by my spaceship? Definitely leave out the part about it being my spaceship, for starters.
Oh, come
I
on,
want to
Shea.
tell these people that I've seen their daughter, but I'm not ready to answer all the questions they'll surely have.
That's fair. Wait till you're ready, buddy.
Sorry, woodshop is closed. No more stools. Come back late. Whoa. Never seen an outfit like that before. Where'd you get it?
Space.
Space.
Uh-huh. Hey, I get it. You don't want to reveal your source. Have everybody biting your style next week.
Biting my...
It's cool. I got my own thing, so...
Hi, my name's Shea.
Curtis.
What are you making there?
Art. Forged from metal. I used to work with wood, but, you know, it was getting all trendy, and the tree started talking, and there was no money in it, so I got into metal.
How long have you been into metal?
Oh, I've been into metal for like ever, but my kit just arrived today, so I've been like hardcore for about 6 hours.
What are you forging?
Well, in fact, you are the lucky one to see my very first collectible die-cast miniature.
Whoa.
Oh,
Way to go. That's awesome. Ooh, what is it would be the question.
what is it?
Well, the catalog said it was supposed to be a wizard, but it looks more like a kitten reading a book. Dang it. Did I order the wrong mold?
Just trying to look cool, Curtis.
You order your molds from a catalog?
Hey, I'm just starting out, okay? It's like I'm in the cover band phase. I want to do my own material, like, eventually.
I love the interaction, but the interaction doesn't make a ton of sense. There's no reason why Shea would be judgmental about the fact that Curtis ordered his mold from a catalog. Like, because that would suggest that there is a social convention that Shea is aware of, that ordering molds out of a catalog is somehow uncool. Right? So Curtis being self-conscious about that and his reaction to that gives us a lot of information about what he has been told about ordering a mold out of a catalog. Shea had a little bit of bite to his voice, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, like what y'all are saying in chat, he was just curious about it. You order your stuff from a catalog, and Curtis, being self-conscious about that, immediately jumps on that and reacts to it and compensates for it. As I always say, people don't know your insecurities until you make it apparent. So Curtis just made that very clear to us, that that's a space where he experiences some insecurity. We didn't even have to do anything other than ask a question and let him talk. You want to know what people's insecurities are? Just let them talk. Ask open-ended questions and let them talk.
Well, have fun with the metal.
God damn it.
Later, Shader.
Every time I unpause, it just takes me to the last option. Jesse, thanks for the 15 months.
Do you have any other molds?
I could only afford this one. The idea was to sell a bunch of wizards to buy more molds, but with this stupid cat, I don't know if I'm ever gonna get a new mold.
Where does that big ladder go on your roof?
There's a ladder on my roof?
More like through your roof.
Not sure. But I've got a hunch that Vela had something to do with it.
Is Vela a friend of yours?
Well, she used to come around here a lot. Had a thing for my stools.
Shea doesn't know what we know.
Think you could make me a radiation suit?
Nah, I don't do soft goods. If you're looking for a good seamstress, though, I'd check out Mariloft. They do amazing stuff with feathers. You know, if you're into that kind of thing.
Well, have fun with the metal.
Later, Shader.
Everything that Curtis just suggested that he likes is perfectly fine for him to enjoy. Curtis is the one that is inadvertently making what he likes uncool by the way that he is acting around disclosing that he likes this stuff. It is amazing the way that you can get people off your ass about your interests and insecurities if you just own them. Just be confident about it. Yeah, I like cats. I like feather suits. What are you going to do about it? The what are you going to do about it mentality around interests is a far more empowering space to occupy than one of constant vigilance and self-consciousness. Because ultimately, whatever Shea thinks about Curtis's interests doesn't matter. So many of us get wrapped up into the worry, the social implications that are often not as dire as what we perceive them to be, rather than just enjoying what it is that we enjoy. And if you take ownership of it, you walk confidently with it, and you own it, you take all power away from external sources of making you feel like shit about it. But Curtis is instead kind of shrinking back in, and he's overcompensating for it. He's giving Shea too much power, without Shea maybe even realizing how much power he has there. So the TLDR of this is, take ownership of the stuff that you're interested in. If people don't get on board with it and give you a hard time for it, as long as you're not harming anybody, who cares?
Is this boarded up for fire safety or something?
Yeah, safety. Never know when an inspector's gonna show up.
I'm OSHA.
Is this boarded up for... Looks like your axe is missing.
I don't use axes anymore. Now I make the axes.
Hell yeah.
Well, I mean, I will, once I get the mold.
Home metallurgy kit. Make money without leaving your home.
That's the new plan, man. I'm cashing in, selling out. Just until I get some money saved, of course. You know, then I'm gonna go right back to doing that whole integrity thing.
Of course, sure you are. Yeah. Uh-huh. That's usually how it goes.
Home metallurgy. There's a piece missing from this window.
Oh, yeah. I lost the sun somehow.
Yeah, me too.
This music is so good.
Phew, now that was a ladder. Whoa, check out these crazy clouds.
Okay, Feather, you're doing great. You built the new ladder. You got it attached, just like I asked. Now all you have to do is climb up here and rescue me.
Brother Lightbeard, can you not climb down yourself?
I've told you 1,000,000 times, Feather. I've been up here too long. My feet are weak. They're like little teacups. I dare not use them. Now please, Feather, stop wasting time.
I can't, Brother Lightbeard. You know I...
No, don't cry, whatever you do.
I can't.
Ah, brother.
Please don't ever tell somebody who is crying or about to cry, don't cry. Just don't do that. Crying often makes people uncomfortable because crying is a very biologically and socially loaded thing. Crying is an indication that something is wrong, that something is sad, and it elicits empathy from people, oftentimes without them wanting it to. There is crying to an extent is like non-consensual empathy for people. And if you're a person who is not particularly attuned to your own emotional experience, or your tendency is to dampen your emotional experience or to fight against it, perhaps because you learned to do that from your own context, when a person starts to cry, it's going to pull that empathy and it's going to pull all of your coping strategies out. And oftentimes that means telling a person don't cry or trying to get away from it because it's uncomfortable. You want to be more comfortable with a person crying, get more in touch with your own emotional experience. So this is really a reflection to some extent on the Lord's aversion to his own emotional experience than it is for there being a burden. But punishing people for crying is a terrible idea always. So don't do it. Especially if you're a parent and your kid's crying. Nothing makes me livid faster than seeing a parent tell their child to stop crying. That's a you problem, not your child's problem. Dia, thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it, friend. Welcome in. So I want to go take care of him first. I want to go talk to him.
Hey, what's wrong, big guy?
Brother Lightbeard needs my help, but I have failed him. Also, I don't like being called big.
Thank you for telling me that. Thank you for telling me that. I will refrain from doing that from now on.
Hi, I'm Shea. What's your name?
They used to call me Feather, but after this day, they will only call me Coward, or maybe, if I'm lucky, Coward.
Oh, man. Oh, your worth is not tied specifically to one person, friend. I want to empower thee.
Who's Brother Lightbeard?
Our benevolent leader who was stranded on his high cloud when a strange girl broke his ladder.
Why can't you help Brother Lightbeard?
I'm afraid to climb this ladder.
Wow. Are you kidding me? All right, I don't like any of these options. I would much prefer we have the ability to be curious. I don't want to tell him to climb the ladder. That's totally invalidating of this guy's experience. This guy has reason to be afraid of the ladder, obviously. I don't even have to know what it is. If he's afraid of the ladder, he's afraid of the ladder. Telling somebody to just go do the thing they're afraid of is terrible. This is awful. We're not doing this. I don't... Here's why... Okay, here's why these options are terrible. The last one is obvious. I'm not even going to go there. The reason to climb the ladder, you're light enough, strong enough, fast enough, the reason none of those work is because we don't know this guy. We just met him. So for Shea to say you're light, strong, or fast enough is to... It's very transparently because Shea is not understanding the extent of this guy's fear. The amount of distress that Feather is experiencing relative to this entire situation should suggest to you that he's probably done everything in his power to figure out how to get around it. He cares very deeply about not being a coward, about helping in any way that he can. If it was as easy as climb the ladder because you just need a quick reframe, he'd have thought of it by now. So there's some real fear work that has to be done. And in order for Shea to be a beacon of empowerment for Feather, he needs to get to know him better. You gotta put karma in the bank. You don't just say this shit to someone. The amount of times that people will try to give directives with totally incomplete information is outrageous. There is no way that any of these would be useful for Shea here. Because he doesn't have enough in the bank for Feather to know that Shea understands him, understands and has validated his fear, knows the extent to which it is debilitating to him, and is somebody he trusts. Then scaffolding through that fear is going to be a little bit easier to do. This is not the way. So I'm going to say strong enough. And I'm hoping he's going to deny it because that would be what would be realistic here.
Climb the ladder. You're strong enough.
But I'm not. Not inside.
Tell me more about this strange girl.
She looked so light, but I sensed a heaviness in her heart. Sure enough, when she got on the ladder, it broke. I think Harmony's teachings really could have helped her.
Any idea why we're able to walk on these clouds?
Because the words of Harmony Lightbeard make us light.
Any idea where I can get a heavy-duty anti-gravity thrust unit?
Oh, I'm sure we don't have one of those. Harmony hates anything heavy.
Well, see you later. Don't give up.
Bad for the guy. Getting in his own way.
Mind if I try your ladder?
You will help me rescue Brother Lightbeard?
I'll see what I can do.
That's very light of you. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
See? Nothing to be afraid of.
No, Shea.
Wait a second. What's happening?
Darn it. He looked so light.
Help?
A little farther for there.
It's not me.
Heart of gold, but he never takes anything 100%, you know?
Wait a second. Alright, so if I can figure out a way to be heavier, I'll bring the ladder down farther. Oh, man. I think Brother Lightbeard I'll just say this, that his reaction there, I think, is another attempt for him to distance himself from empathizing with Father. Like, people have all sorts of clever ways of doing that. And him being sarcastic and kind of taking a shot at him to the birds or to the fourth wall or whatever he was talking at, I think is just, it's a way for him to suggest to himself and to others that he is above the emotional experience of what Father is having. And that's really to his own detriment. It makes him look kind of like a dick. And it also just, I mean, I feel bad for him because it's like, dude, what happened to you that you're not comfortable being close enough to your own emotional experience to be able to reach out and empathize with somebody? Where did you learn that you couldn't access that? That's what goes through my mind in those types of situations.
That way leads to the big ladder off this cloud.
Am I going to be able to walk over here?
But I was just trying to take care of my
Why would they build a fountain
family.
for that weirdo? Or is this some kind of warning about us?
Oh no, his egg's broken. Or her egg's broken.
That egg looks like it's having a little trouble hatching. Maybe I should... Uh-oh.
What did you think was going to happen, Shea? What's this note?
Looks like someone tied this ladder down. There's a note. Guys, quit moving my ladder, please. You're really cheesing me off. Signed, Gus. Why would they build a fountain for that weirdo? Or is this some kind of warning about him? Hi, my name's Shea. I'm from... out of town.
Me too. I'm from Sugar Bunting. My name's Husker. This here is Walter.
Walter.
Sticking with that, are you?
Did you say your name was Walter? Or Walt-er?
My name was lightened to Walter by Harmony Lightbeard.
It's not a cult thing.
It is a cult thing. No, wait! It's not a cult thing. Quit confusing me.
All right. Don't poke fun of him.
Oh, you mean that weird guy on that fake cloud over there?
There's nothing fake about Harmony Lightbeard or his
It has stitching holding it together and a big bow at the bottom.
Didn't you notice? It's pretty obvious.
Have you guys seen a giant monster flying by here? Some people call him Mog Chothra.
Not since he came to my village to destroy it. My daughter, Vela, fought him off. Can you believe it? She was so brave. She taught us all a lesson that day.
Yeah, what lesson? What lesson did she teach you? Expand.
What's this little hut for?
It's my wife's cloud shoe business. She was working hard to make money, while I just worked on giving it away. She's run off now, and I have no idea where.
I think I might have seen your wife.
Really? Where?
Don't tell him. You know what, Walter? When she's ready to come back, she'll find you, okay?
You're right.
You know, my gut reaction when I told Shea to say that was like, oh, wait a minute. Because, yeah, you never know. She might have run away for a reason. she might have tried to get away from him for any number of reasons, and outing her location is not particularly great. So, big gold star to Vela's dad for being like, nah. Don't tell him. If she wants to come back, she'll come back. She didn't run away so that you'd chase her. If she did, that's a very poor relationship dynamic. She probably had a reason for going away, and if she wants to come back, she'll come back because she's an autonomous, strong, independent woman. Hell yeah, brother. Way to go.
Your town wouldn't happen to be named Danger System 5, would it?
No, I think I mentioned I'm from Sugar Bunting.
What kind of name is Danger System 5?
Sounds like something from a kids' action program.
Yeah, something to entertain little kids, maybe.
Well, see you guys later.
Take care, Shea.
It's too bad Alex didn't say super fluffy gyroscopic hypercam, because feathers we got.
It's true. Is chick still down here? Yes. Oh!
Something weirdly familiar about that bird. What happened to this place?
Haven't you ever been to the Maiden's Feast?
Ecto, thanks for the raid, dude.
I want to say no, but I'm worried the answer is yes.
Do you know this guy?
No one should ever have to go to a Maiden's Feast. And no one ever will again, if I can have anything to do with it.
I'm cool with that.
What exactly is a Maiden's Feast?
Something we've always had to do. So we were told, and we believed it. We thought it a great honor. We were so happy for Vela. So proud of her. So foolish.
Right. Mom's accommodating a little bit, huh? Huh? I like it. I like that people are coming around on this.
So, Maiden's Feasts are bad then?
My daughter taught us that when she fought the monster. You see, it didn't destroy the town. It just ran away. She was right the whole time, all those years. All those girls. For nothing.
Suck
I'm
it,
not
tradition.
sure if you want to hear this, Morelia, but you're actually cheering me up right now.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I just want to find my daughter. To beg her forgiveness and tell her how proud of her I am.
Please, please be my mother.
What were you guys talking about when I walked up?
I was just trying to cheer up this young lady here.
But she's just starting to realize what a loser I am.
You
Easy.
are not.
Then why didn't Mog Chothra pick me?
Well, I'm not sure, honey.
That just goes to show how deeply ingrained the cultural narrative and importance is. Right? Like this girl is actively hating Mog Chothra, actively thinks that it's terrible, wants the whole thing shut down, and still, because of how deeply ingrained it's been that the Maiden's Feast is a indication of your worth, still hasn't found it in herself to create a narrative of empowerment for herself. Like, it's really... this happens to lots of folks. All these representations that are blasted into your head consistently over time do not elude you that easily. Think about any kind of societal ideal. Whether it's vanity, whether it's emotional stability, like whatever it is. That kind of thing sticks with you. Even if you don't want it to. Even if you cognitively have moved past it. And that's a great representation of that. There's a lot of work that has to go into that, of her unraveling the fact that this is something that she learned. This isn't something she has to carry on its behalf. That she can reauthor a different narrative about herself that doesn't include Mog Chothra's lack of selection toward her as an indication of her worth. Yeah, I don't know that you need to do it. So, this maybe statement here is pretty close to an at least statement. Friends, at least statements are basically never useful. They come off as invalidating. They come off as trying to silver lining. It comes off as you not understanding the full context of a situation. None of these are useful. None of these are useful. He's essentially trying to make her feel better with stuff that isn't going to make her feel better.
Maybe he was under attack by, like, enemy forces or something.
Who are you again?
My name is Shea. I'm not from here.
Listen, Twyla. It's time to move on.
And do what? The Maiden's Feast is the only thing I prepared for all my life.
Well, I'm sure you're good at lots of other things. Like, let me think.
Not getting chosen for things. Go swinging.
Swinging?
You making fun of me?
Well, at least your costume is cool.
Oh, thanks. Made it myself.
You made that stunning dress by yourself? That's amazing, Twyla.
Meh. Fat lot of good it did me.
Do you think you could make me a costume?
Huh?
Oh, I think that would be a great thing for you to do, Twyla.
Well, maybe if you had a pattern and some material, maybe I could whip something up.
Okay, I'll get a pattern and the material and be right back.
Oh, exciting.
Where? Guess we have one other place we can go.
Not good.
Oh no!
Hey, hey!
Keep moving.
You wanna buy
Such
a cupcake?
amazing fauna on this planet. I mean, place.
Oh god. Oh god. Okay.
Oh.
It's a fundraiser for a good cause.
Hi, I'm Shea.
Want a cupcake, Shea?
What's the cause?
What's the special cause?
We're raising money for an awareness campaign about her missing sister. And about the lies of the Maiden's Feast system.
Love it.
Yeah! Cupcakes against lies.
Love it. Cupcakes against lives. Sign me up.
What exactly are the lies of the Maiden's Feast system?
They told us that we had to offer maidens as a sacrifice to save our village. And we just went along with it because that's how it's always been done. Yeah, us too. But we were all lied to.
Yes, we were.
See, Rocky? I told you it'd be easy to convince people.
Why is it only maidens who are sacrificed?
Great question. Thank you. We have a lot of questions just like that.
So you're going to get rid of the whole system?
One cupcake at a time. Each one is like a question. We go from town to town, selling cupcakes, asking questions.
Hell yeah.
Until it's like a giant snowball of cupcakes and questions, rolling on and getting bigger and bigger, until it's big enough to take down a whole mog itself.
Wow.
Yeah, but, you know, you gotta start small.
I'm a big fan of holding systems accountable, so this is big time exciting for me. Hell yeah. Dude, you get everybody collectively together that are in subordinate roles to start asking questions, sparked by charisma, sparked by something simple and relatable. Man, you can really make some change happen. For so long as people are fragmented and stuck on tradition, really easy to just mow them over with power. So what the two of these fine young folks are doing, Godspeed, man. This is the kind of energy we all need. Love it.
I want a cupcake.
Great. Got any money?
No.
How about a trade? I could give you something.
Sorry, but there's only one good thing I learned from Harmony Lightbeard, and it's that I don't need objects. I need money.
Where are your parents?
Well, my dad is in my mom's cloud shoe hut getting parenting lessons from Rocky's old man. And my mom's trying to cheer up another victim of the Maiden's Feast we met, a girl my sister's age. And I'm not supposed to tell anyone where my mom is,
but I know. Let's just say she's catching dinner.
Well, bye. Good luck with the bake sale.
Missing Persons Awareness Campaign and Revolution by way of cupcakes.
That's what I said. Wow, the birds are
So
much
awesome.
larger up here than on the beach.
So awesome. Oh man, I love it.
Okay, old man. This time you're going down. How'd you do that?
I love this so much. This is one of the best examples of backtracking in a game where you go through the same environments, but it's amazingly novel when you do it. Like, it is just, this is so wonderful.
Say that.
Huh?
Why are you beating up this little kid?
Not teaching him how to fight.
I'm on lesson 5.
He begged me.
Did you guys see that bake sale over there?
Yep, frosted them cakes myself. Fastest gun in the West.
Yeah.
Dang, almost out of the red stuff. Well, I got enough for one more cake. I better save it. I want to make sure I have enough to make one for Bella when we find it.
You frosted all of those cupcakes by yourself?
I can't help it. I see a blank cupcake and just have to frost it. And I'm against this whole baker thing, but if we're gonna do it, then I'm gonna be the best at it.
Hell yeah.
Like me with fighting.
Do you really need that cane? You seem pretty light on your feet.
Well, I do seem to have a lot more get up and go now that Bella's inspired me. Seeing her kick that bog right in its soft bits really put the fight back in my bones. But I still need the cane. It's where I keep my frosting.
Fair enough.
What are you guys doing all the way out here?
We needed to find a place far away from everybody.
By the way, friends, just this seems like it would go unsaid, but I'm just gonna say it because, you know, I gotta. If you ever see a person who is aided by some kind of contraption, whether it be a wheelchair, a cane, a walker, whatever it is, don't ever ask that person, do you really need that? Just don't. You stand so much to lose and very little to gain in ever asking that question. Just mind your business.
Some people don't like to see an old man beating up on a little kid.
Or the other way around.
Uh-huh.
Do you guys know any place around here to get some money?
Ooh, I have lots of money. My dad says it's important to give it away. You want some?
Just enough to buy a cupcake.
Here you go.
Thanks.
Hell yeah.
Why do you have so much?
Well, Pops gives it to me to give to Harmony. But I know Harmony likes to stay light, so I keep most of it myself to lighten his burden.
That'll never hold up in court.
Somehow, I think you're going to end up the hero of your family.
I know, 'cause I'm a warrior.
Okay, back to your lessons.
On your feet, soldier.
I am.
Oh.
Ah, I love it. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's buy ourselves a cupcake, huh?
Hey.
Hey, can I buy one of those cupcakes? I got money.
Great. I will take that money. Here's your cupcake. The red frosting is special. It was her favorite kind. Well, actually, it's my favorite kind. But I never let her have any before, and now she's gone, so now I wish I could. Hey, Rocky, it's okay. We're going to find her. You know, she's probably out beating up some poor Mog right now.
That is most definitely true. Thanks for the cupcake.
It's a fundraiser for a good cause. Tell him, Rocky. They've got red frosting.
Yeah, you didn't know what you had till it was gone, so less than too many people learn the hard way.
For a good cause.
such amazing fauna on this planet. I mean...
Alright, so the bird does help me. Want to see what happens?
Oh, man. This place is no more dangerous than one of my fake missions.
Oh, I love he's bummed out by that.
Wow, the birds are much larger up here than...
Shea does not like to be coddled. Okay, so we got a cupcake. Now, what do I do with this cupcake? Who stands to gain something from this cupcake?
Why would they build a fountain for that weirdo? Or is this some kind of warning about him?
Hey, PK, thank you for the raid, friend. I appreciate that. I'll just say this because there's been lots of new folks that have come around tonight. Thank you for all the raids. A ridiculous amount of raids tonight. For those of you who don't know who I am, hi, I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. I do not do therapy on stream, but I do answer questions related to mental health. I also do Let's Play content, like what you're seeing right now with Broken Age, where I play games and I use them to illustrate psychological concepts, talk about mental health and relationships. First and foremost, my goal is to be as educational as possible, so I pause the game a lot. I use things that happen in games to translate to real life. You might learn something. I encourage you to check out my YouTube channel for all the Let's Plays that I've ever done. And I definitely encourage you to follow me on social media because there's all sorts of cool stuff there. Particularly recommend TikTok. I also want to take this moment to say to anybody who is watching this on YouTube and the VODs, thanks for taking the time to watch these VODs. I really do appreciate you as well. I know I don't get a chance to interact with you while you're watching, so thanks for taking a moment to watch this series. I hope you're all enjoying it, and I appreciate the follows that are coming in. Please don't spoil, please don't backseat. That's all we ask. Alright, would a cupcake be of any interest to you? Probably not.
Would a cupcake cheer you up?
I don't deserve a cupcake. I failed Brother Lightbeard.
So Feather is tricky here. I think many of us probably have the experience with Feather where our heart goes out to him. Right? Like, I don't want him to be sad. I want him to see his worth. I want him to feel empowered. And he is, budding any attempt to do that. But there needs to realize that other people's perceptions of him are autonomous perceptions. They are not necessarily shared by him. And what he also needs to be careful of is to not project self-loathing as a means to receive heaps of external validation and counter-arguments to his own loathing. A lot of times when people get stuck in these shame spirals, what they'll do is they'll keep telling people how shameful they are, because the general reaction people have is to say, oh no, it's not so bad, you are worthy, all of these really nice things. That do one of two things. Either they serve as a reassuring force, where the person goes, okay, maybe I am worth something because other people are telling me that. But they're not realizing that that's only really happening because they're putting out burdensomeness and bad self-esteem into the world. Or it makes them anxious. Because when you believe something about yourself and the people around you don't seem to share it, there's a dissonant experience that happens there. So either way, he's in a jam. At some point, Feather is going to have to take inventory of the situation and decide to reauthor his own self-narrative. Because people are going to get tired of constantly reassuring him that he's worthy when he gets stuck in these shame spirals. People lose empathy fast when you but them when they try to be encouraging to you. It is true that being encouraging at times can be incredibly invalidating. I stand by what I said not long ago, that he does deserve some warmth. He deserves compassion. At the same time, if he doesn't try to take some of that in and start reconsidering his own self-worth relative to this stuff, he's going to push people away and create a self-fulfilling prophecy, because he's going to constantly project that he's burdensome to people, and they're going to get tired of trying to convince him he's not. You, at the end of the day, are accountable for your own self-narrative. You are accountable for what you put out into the world. You can't control the reactions people have, but you can certainly influence them by deciding what to put out there. And sometimes it starts with doing some of your own internal work on your sense of self and what are you putting out into the world. How would a therapist work with a guy with fear, since reaction to fear can be extremely powerful? Systematic desensitization. Create what's called an exposure hierarchy, and you work people through incremental exposure. You don't push people off the cliff immediately. Incremental exposure until the stimulus does not create the autopilot response of fear. And you have to really, it takes a lot of assessment, it takes a lot of time. A lot of people think that phobia work is where you go to a therapist and they immediately expose you to the thing you're afraid of. No. Systematic desensitization takes a lot of time, and it takes a lot of habituation. It takes a lot of building of distress tolerance. All right.
You seen this girl?
That's her. That's the strange girl who broke the ladder. I hate to say this about anyone, but she must have been really heavy.
Are you any good with complex engineering schematics?
No, I'm not good with anything.
Oh man, see, that starts to get annoying. It starts to get annoying. Like, Jesus, dude, you're a real bummer to be around. Like, I mean, I'm kind of accelerating that. Like, there is empathy to be had for this guy, but he really does have to be careful with that. If he constantly rebuts anything like that, anybody with good, healthy self-esteem that doesn't have a savior complex is going to start setting boundaries with him. Be like, dude. Curious if a picture of this will calm the bird down.
Hey, sorry to wake you, but have you seen this girl? I just want to help the little chick. Uh-oh. Oh! Ow.
Well, I made some headway. It's not your responsibility to decide whether you make them feel worse or not, Wandering. It's your job to set your boundary. So if you say, hey man, it's hard to be around you because the self-loathing, I can't constantly be reassuring you, so I need some space. That's what you say. That you can't control how a person reacts to your boundary. You can only control how you set it. Don't ever let a person's reaction to your boundary stop you from setting a boundary that needs to be set.
Have you seen?
So I'm up here, just chill. Yeah, there we go. Okay, I wanted to be able to pass so I can go over here and see if that guy's over here.
Take us down! We are in our prime! Eat our sweet rewards! Wait. I'm not comfortable with that. Yeah, that's a little... Eat our sacred... How about we just skip that line? Okay. We'll return in time. Let our child rise from its rotten bed. A up from a hidden pit. Long after we are dead. Wait, are we speaking as us worshipping the fruit? I thought we were the fruit, worshipping the tree. Maybe we're the child. Or the rotten beds. You know what part of this story I really feel like, Dawn? What, Courtney? The pits. Oh, Courtney, me too. Come on. Fake it till you make it, girlfriend. That's what we've always said.
Hey, are you those guards who stole Alex's radiation-proof curtains?
Without admitting any wrongdoing, what's it to ya?
Let's start with curiosity.
What are you guys doing up here?
We are the former dead-eyed druids. Misled and betrayed by a false prophet, we have come to seek wisdom from the Tree of Answers.
I wonder if the top of this tree is the tree that we talked to as Shea and Vela. Because we never saw how high up that tree went. I could be totally wrong, but I wonder if that's the tree.
Are you guys looking for a tree to talk to? Because I saw one down in the forest that might actually talk back.
Oh, no thanks. We know that weirdo. We're here because this is the tree with the fruit. The fruit, that is, the answer. That was really convincing, Courtney. Thanks. I did the pause just like you said.
Why do you think this tree has answers?
Okay, honestly, it wasn't our first choice. We really came up here because we heard about this guru of lightness that a lot of people were following. But apparently he's out of commission. So we remembered this fruit. And since it was the answer to the riddle of Yorn, maybe it's the answer to everything.
Must be. Yeah, exactly.
Just because the fruit was the answer to one riddle.
Too many questions. This is a matter of faith. Also, we really need this to work because we've run out of stuff to believe in. Yeah, we're kind of at the end of our ropes.
That's some powerful shit. You spend your entire life orienting your identity and your convictions to faith. And people start to ask questions about it, start to poke holes in it. Maybe even you have your own internal doubts. That can be terrifying. Faith and belief is a way to fill gaps in things we don't understand or have knowledge of. It provides an immense amount of comfort to people because our brain feels safer when it has the full story, even if that full story has to be constructed, sometimes with nonsense. So when they say we're running out of things to believe in, that would be a legitimately scary proposition for the two of them because there's a good chance they've never had an opportunity to think for themselves. It has always been told to them, or it has always been faith. It has always been built around social constructs that are beyond the realm of the reality they live in. This is how people get stuck in cults. This is how people get stuck into religion when it's against their best interests. You got to be real careful if the primary driver of your existence is faith and belief as opposed to reality and known variables. Because you could get in a really nasty situation with people when there is hole poking, or when there's critical thought, or when there's logic brought into the world, or into your realm, I mean. And it could be isolating, in which case people will then clutch harder to the belief as opposed to opening themselves up to paying attention to what's happening in the here and now. It's a legitimate existential crisis for the two of them, and that puts them in a very vulnerable and probably guarded position.
If you give me back those robes, I promise Alex won't press charges.
First of all, we didn't steal anything. Secondly, we're naked under here, so no way you're getting our robes. If you want them, you're gonna have to fight us for them.
I'll fight you for those robes, no problem. I need them to help my mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. He wants to help his mother. And he's willing to beat us up with a stick to do it.
No, I'm not going to beat anybody up, but I will easily disarm the both of you. I've completed several fencing missions with my yarn pals, so if you have another stick handy.
We don't have any fencing sticks handy, Mr. Fancy. But if you find one, feel free to come back and try to take our robes from us.
I need a cane.
I'm going to get a stick, and then we're going to fight for those robes.
Why don't you go get some yarn instead? Yeah, we'd love to meet one of your friends.
Woo!
I'll be back.
Zing.
Yeah, that's what the Deadeye God said. Fruit.
I've got a crochet hook. Get ready to fight.
Oh, is that how you make your yarn pals? Come back with a
I want to see how they
real one.
reacted to that. Okay. Let's go down here.
Not good.
Look at all these apples. What's up, dude?
Mind if I take one of these?
Please, spread the word. We might just save some lives here, man.
Thanks.
They're pretty heavy. I think I'll just take one.
They're lighter if you just carry the juice.
Yeah,
And your belly.
I get it. How's the fruit?
It's a little on the tangy side, to be honest, but you know, the game is always sweetest to the hunter.
So, what kind of hunter are you?
I've been trying to get this fruit all day, but I had some issues, and I almost gave up. But I went to the arcade and beat my own high score on 3D Hypercrypt, and I was like, if I can do that, I can do anything! You know?
Of course. Everyone knows video games are good for your self-esteem. What's that thing you're sticking in the fruit?
Oh, this little tapper thing? That's so I can skip all the skin and fiber and just drink the juice right away. Juice, you know? That way all the phytonutrients and stuff get in your bloodstream faster. For when you want to get healthy in a big hurry, man.
He sounds like a mix of Rick and Morty.
What's the big healthy rush?
Well, recently I was all hung up on my own on my underlying issues, and I had some time to think. And then this girl hit me. It hit me. I need to turn my life around. Then I got that high score at the arcade, and now here I am, the king of health.
So why are you going to turn your life around?
Well, at first, it was because of this girl, McGee. I imagined her cheering me on through each level in 3D Hypercrypt. But then when I reached the end, I realized McGee doesn't care about 3D Hypercrypt.
She doesn't play video games.
No, she thinks the 3D is a gimmick. She only plays the original. But what I'm saying is that the high score, the juicy, it's okay if it's just for me.
Good for you.
I'm not doing this to impress anybody, you know?
That's good.
I love it. I love it. Way to go, man.
Drinking all that juice, don't you have to use the bathroom a lot?
I'll let you in on a little secret. When you live in the clouds, you're never very far from a bathroom.
Oh, no.
Oh, there are people down below. I was just down below.
Hey, watch the skies, man.
God.
Hey, can I borrow that little fruit tapper?
Yeah, actually, I've been thinking the acid or something in the fruit is messing with the coating on this thing and giving it a weird taste. You can have it. I'll just squeeze it out natural.
Thanks.
Don't worry, I don't have a cold or anything.
So how are you going to turn your life around?
Well, like, what's the next step from here? Probably go back to the arcade, you know, look for another sign. Lots of other high scores to beat, man.
I'll let you get back to your juice.
Bye.
No way. It's mine now. I don't like what he said about the acid in the metal. I'm going to keep it natural, too. I'm too scared to eat this wild food. I mean, if it's not made by a computer, there could be anything in there.
Good point, Shea. Good point. He's right to be careful there, I think. Anything over here? No. Back into the tree. Yummy Butterfinger, I was an advertising major before I switched to psychology.
Embrace us with your mighty branches.
So let's go this way now.
I'm going to save my juice for a higher purpose.
Wonder, okay, so will that make me heavy enough? I need to be heavy enough to pull that ladder down effectively.
Why don't you have some fruit? That always cheers me up.
I don't want to cheer up. I deserve this sadness, for I have failed.
Okay. Well. Okay, let's see if there's something else we can do down here now that we got all this cool shit.
I don't think I can tap that. Hey, do you think you could use your metalworks there to make me one of these?
Man, that is one cool looking candle holder.
Hell yeah.
I'd love to make you one, but I work from molds, not diagrams. Sorry.
Hey, can you fix tiny robots?
No, but I could make you a new one if I had the mold. Also, it would be kind of on the statue end of the robot spectrum.
Oh boy. There's a part of me that feels compelled to tap the tree. That doesn't seem like a great idea. That tree's gonna be pissed. I'm gonna live up to every stereotype that tree has.
Humans are just...
Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
I wonder if I could use this tapper to get sap out of that tree.
I dare you. My thick sap has clogged bigger tappers than yours.
Maybe not. Okay.
Excuse me, but my little friend has kind of died, and I was wondering if you could help?
Sorry, I'm just a tree. I can't bring back the dead. I can only create life out of nothing but sun and water and dirt and air.
Oh, wait a minute. I have a crochet hook I can give her.
Need a hook?
Sure do. Oh, look, kid. That's a nice hook, but I'm not fishing for minnows, you know.
What? This is a great hook. I'll prove it to you.
Sure, kid.
Alright, maybe not. Damn. What is this thing
Gary's
again?
definitely out of range now. I hope he's okay.
Hey, will a piece of fruit help?
How about a little fruit to wash it down? Hey, a simple no thank you will do.
How about I tap your throat?
Maybe I could use this tapper to draw out whatever's stuck in his throat. But he'd probably just end up with 2 things stuck in his throat.
Wait, I don't really...
Have you seen this girl? I get the feeling you have.
Man, boy, that's...
Hey, do you think you could help me make a superconductive gyroscopic hypercam? That looks like a... Yes. Yes, if I weren't choking. Okay. I don't want to display it. I want to build it.
Okay, so I'm thinking, well, actually, I should probably go, I need to go all the way back up, and I need to talk to Grandpa.
What?
Oh, wait a minute, there was sap on the ground. What was that?
I've detected an unusual rock formation on the surface.
That's not rock. It's the hardened shell of my sick, summoned from my gut by a banshee in a shredded gown.
You don't say. Never seen one of those before. I don't think I can tap that. Don't see anything there I want to eat. I don't think that would get me anything.
Alright, let's leave. I wonder, do you think maybe showing him the picture of the girl will make him barf?
Humans are just...
Irisol, that is outside my realm of expertise, so I unfortunately can't answer that. I'm sorry, friend.
Hey, do you know this girl?
Oh God, that face!
Puke.
The memories!
Yeah!
Oh, you're every bit as cruel as her, aren't you?
I don't have a holder.
Too many limbs. Hungry? I have a cupcake.
Ooh, delicious! Just bury it near my roots and I'll slowly absorb its nutrients as it breaks down into soil.
Sounds time-consuming.
Humans and trees have different perspectives on time, I suppose.
Want some fruit to hold in your branches?
Hey, not all of us want to bear fruit, okay? Many of us aren't happy with our decision not to have any fruit, so don't make any assumptions, please.
Amen to that.
All right. Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. It's just that my parents always bring it up, you know?
Oh, man. Oh, the empathy's real, tree. Okay.
Want a cupcake?
No, thanks. I bought a dozen from this family doing a fundraiser, and I ate, like, all of them.
Wow.
Well, I wanted to do my part.
Okay, so the tree will puke when I show it a picture, but I don't have anything to hold. I don't know that having this in my pocket is going to make me heavy enough, but I suppose we can find out.
How does that big cloud stay afloat?
Just like all the other clouds. There's nothing special about my cloud.
Why don't you just climb down?
My legs have atrophied from lack of use.
Wow. How long have you been up there?
Just since this morning. By atrophied, I just mean really, really stiff.
Oh, okay, of course.
Why don't you just stay up there?
I need to get back to my cloud house before tea time. If the watercress sandwiches stay out too long, the bread gets a tough outer layer. Almost like a new crust, you know?
Oh,
And
can't
then
have
Chef
that.
has to make new ones. It's just really not fair to him.
Jeez. This guy's not great.
I'm trying to get up there, but I can't reach.
Don't you have something you could stand on?
Any idea where I can find a heavy-duty anti-gravity thrust unit?
Hey, whoa! What are you implying? I'm naturally buoyant.
I just meant you seem to know a lot about lift.
Please, my lightness comes from within.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, see you later.
Hey, I'm still up here.
Have you seen this girl?
I think that was the girl who broke my ladder. Don't know how I know, just something not light about her.
I can't do that from here. Can you raise the dead?
I'm a spiritual guide, not a witch doctor.
I can't do that from here. I can't do that from here.
Hey,
I can't
I'm
do
still
that
up
from
here.
here. I can't do that from here.
So you're gonna save me or what?
Oh man, sorry. I guess I'm not heavy enough. Alright, let's go talk to Grandpa.
Hey, you want to buy a cupcake? I got you now!
Okay. Let's see. What do I need to do in order to get Grandpa?
Do you know this girl?
That's my granddaughter. Only one in this family that's got any sense. Or guts. I like the way she smells.
Hey, you want to frost this cupcake?
You blind? It already has frosting on it.
I'll eat it!
Give me your stick.
Hey, you want to frost this cup? How about some delicious fruit?
I'll have some!
You're in training. No snacks.
No.
Can you train my robot to fight?
Sorry, I only work with flesh and blood. Sometimes sugar, eggs, and flour. Just to be clear, some of that is for fighting, some for baking. I don't mix all that together.
Alright, good. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate that.
Need a talking spoon?
In my day, spoons didn't talk.
I'll bet they did. And you just never listened.
Maybe you would fight better with a crochet hook.
We actually started with chopsticks. You only just graduated up to the big staff.
It's harder to poke myself in the eye with this.
I need an unfrosted... Alright, so we're in the same position we were in last episode with Bella. I got this. Now we're really talking like use your brain time
You want to
here.
buy a cupcake? It's a fundraiser.
Uh-oh.
Because, tell him, Rocky. They've got red frosting.
How's the campaign going?
It's building, cup by cup.
Is this one of your materials?
Great, you got one. May I ask if you heard about us at work, home, from a friend, or other?
Other.
Alrighty, and thanks for taking our survey.
You're welcome.
I'm going to save my juice for a higher purpose. Hey, this guy Gus gave me this little tapper thing tonight.
Who's Gus? Oh, he's this local guy. Kinda has the hots for me. Good kid. Some hygiene demerits, though. I would sanitize that tapper before you use it, by the way.
Boy,
Who needs a crochet hook?
My mom needs a hook, but not that kind. Also, I can't tell anybody why.
It's really only good for protecting babies from radiation. Anyone here know how to fix robots?
Yeah, with wires and stuff. Is it plugged in? Electric stuff needs to be plugged in. Oh, that's true.
Thank you.
About this cupcake.
No refunds. This is a fundraiser. If you don't want it, I'm sure you can find someone who does. It has red frosting on it.
I'm aware of that. Who do I know that wants red frosting? I don't think either of these fellas is it, but we'll see.
Anybody want a cupcake?
Oh, thanks, but I can't. Something about eating my daughter's face.
Aw, Hoosker. That's the best part.
Oh
In fact,
no!
I'm off gluten.
Grandpa? Wow, what a random... Okay. That's disgusting. The dick.
I got...
Hey, Grandpa.
Hey, want to frost this?
Uh-oh, you're out of frosting.
Darn. Why'd I go and do that? Now I don't have any frosting left to make a cupcake for Phil.
Give me your stick.
You can give her this one.
Oh, hey, good idea. Here, you can take my empty.
Let's go.
See if you can get it refilled, okay?
Okay.
Got it. Let's go. Go beat some ass. It's disgusting, though. He just refrosted that, and he's gonna give it to Bella, and she has no idea that that guy licked it. So that guy's, like, bacteria is just gonna, like, fester and grow underneath the frosting.
Embrace us with your mighty
Uh-oh.
branches.
On guard, druids.
Okay, Yarn Boy. Enough is enough.
I've never heard that fish hook.
You're lucky she's blind, kid. I didn't miss him because I'm blind, Courtney. I missed him because I can see. I've been pretending to be blind all these years.
Oh no.
I never really had the faith like you, Courtney. But I don't have the faith, Dawn. I was pretending too, so I could be like you. What? You're not blind? No. In fact, I've been stealing and selling artifacts from the pyramid to save up money to get out of this town. Me too! I would have left long ago, but I didn't want to leave you here. I know how much being a dead-eyed druid meant to you. I haven't wanted to be a druid.
Y'all, this is what happens when you have shitty communication. Just talk. Be vulnerable. Share your needs. Talk about your experience. Be honest. Good Lord. They're going to have to undo so much shit in their relationship because they were operating off of assumptions rather than just communicating about what they were interested in, where they're from, what they care about, and all this stuff. Man, people get so locked into veneer and trying to, like, make sure that you're what you think other people want you to be. It creates false pretense for relationships, and then it's a disaster when shit like this happens. Just be as authentic as you can, as upfront as possible. Allow people to respond to that organically, and if they don't like it up front, then you save yourself so much time. Otherwise, you get locked into a bunch of bullshit like the two of them, where they're just like doing stuff because they think that's what the other one likes. And it's a waste of time. Now you have to undo all of it and then redo it and put it back together, and maybe you have the shared experience, but like it's too much. Authenticity, as soon as you can be. Surround yourself with people who support that.
For years,
Right, Neil?
I want to go to school and study hotel management. I to study graphic design and start a band. Let's do it. Let's just go. Right now. Right now.
Wait, give me your capes. Give me your capes. Give me your
But
capes.
what about our quest to find something to believe in? I did. How about you?
Oh,
enjoy your life.
That's what I get for learning to fence with candy canes.
Oh.
Better take these before those druids get cold and come back.
All right. Good. That's done. It was a nice exit. I agree. Good for them. You know?
I don't want to enrobe that. I'm going to save my juice for a higher purpose. I don't think that would help this little guy. I don't think that would help me get this hypercam.
Okay. What could I use to help with it? The crochet hook?
I wonder if I could help the little bird out with this.
Hurry, Shea.
Whoa! Must be the wrong tool. I wonder what would happen if I carefully inserted this tapper. Not very deep, of course, just into the outer layer of the shell.
It worked.
I was just trying to get a sample.
Yeah, the baby.
That was close. I'd better get out of here before she remembers to kill me.
Wait a minute, this is the baby.
I totally knew that little bird was ready to hatch. That's why I gave it a little help.
Perhaps this is calcium bicarbonate.
Now look at that.
Right. Let's get that to Dad, huh? Oh, wait a minute. Or maybe that's a pat. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go here. So we still got to figure out what kind of dress to make.
Huh. Never seen this kind of material before.
Can you sew it?
Shouldn't be a problem.
That's the spirit.
Just get me a pattern to work from. I should be able to make this happen.
There's that positive attitude I was looking for.
Oh, shit. Hi. Well, hello. Holly and friends? I'm going to zoom out really quick just to acknowledge this raid. Hello, friends, and welcome. I appreciate those of you that are following. I'm sure Holly probably told you a little bit about me before bringing you over here, but just in case, hi, I'm Dr. Mick. I'm a licensed couple and family therapist. I have a PhD in human development. This is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, we talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way. I don't do therapy on stream, but I do answer questions related to mental health. When I'm not doing Let's Play content, you can tag me in chat, and I will do my best to answer your questions to the best of my ability. I do a lot of Let's Play content where I use games to illustrate psychological concepts, to talk about relationships and mental health, and to make games as educational as possible. There's a lot of cool stuff that you can learn from the things that happen in games like this. I'm currently playing Broken Age. If you want to get caught up, I encourage you to pop over to YouTube and watch the first 3 episodes. 4 and 5 are all available on Twitch and will eventually be available on YouTube. Tonight is episode 6. If you've already played the game, I just ask that you don't spoil it and don't backseat. Holly's a good friend of the stream. If y'all are here and you don't follow Holly, please take a second and go do that. Holly's absolutely wonderful. And yeah, I appreciate y'all being here. Thanks for hanging out. If what I do sounds like it's something you could benefit from, I encourage you to follow. Encourage you to check me out on TikTok and Instagram and Twitter. There's all sorts of good free mental health resources and information, and our Discord has a lot of good stuff in there as well. So this is a really cool community. We're really chill. Holly holds her community to a really high standard, so I do the same here, so I don't think there's going to be any problems. So feel free to hang out for a little while, or if Broken Age isn't your thing, feel free to come back on a night where I'm not playing Broken Age. But really appreciate y'all being here. Holly, thank you so much for taking the time and trusting your community with me. It means a lot. I hope you had a wonderful stream. And again, if y'all are here and you don't follow Holly, please take a second to go do that. So thanks for being here, friends. We're going to keep going here because we're in a really cool spot of this game. All right, so a pattern. Maybe the eggshell is a good enough pattern?
I don't think I want to grind any eggshell onto that.
Be a good pattern. Wait, do you think she could deal with a...
Anybody need a crochet hook?
Never learned how to crochet. Probably just be terrible at it.
There's a lot of self-loathing in the bird people. Good lord.
So, can you make me one of those?
Oh, that's adorable. How old is your baby?
Oh, it's for me. I need it a little bigger.
Well, I suppose
Chico,
I could
thank you
use
for
this
gifting
for a
that sub to Holly.
reference.
There's my can-do
Cool.
Well, only one thing to do now.
Let's go. Make me my suit.
Twyla!
Don't worry. I'll be right back. Come on, Vera.
Oh, I thought my teenager was dramatic.
Great! But what's with all the feathers?
Just because I was working off a pattern doesn't mean I can't inject a little personal style, does it?
Dear, you are an incredible talent.
This radiation suit isn't for me. I made it for Alex.
God, I'm so sorry if that just woke you up. God, I hate how loud the achievement notifications are. Jesus. I gotta turn those off. That was terrible. I'm so sorry. Okay. Let's get out of here. Skedaddle. Let's go over here. I really don't think there's anything that's gonna cheer this guy up yet.
I don't think I want to grind any eggshell onto that.
So we're gonna go down. Yep. I'm so sorry, Freds. I'm so sorry. Is there a quick way for me to turn achievement notifications off? Because if there is, I will do it. I don't know that there's anything he's going to be able to help me with at the moment.
This button only works on grabbing Gary. I wonder where he is now, and what he's grabbing.
Let's leave here. By the way, those of you that stuck through the raid and decided to hang out for a little while, I appreciate you. Thank you for doing that. Over here. Not going to try to get any puke out of the tree yet. We're going to walk right past him. We're going to go give Dad the eggshells. All coming together, man. Here you go, Dad.
Think your mixture could use some eggshells?
Well, the calcium carbonate in them could help balance the pH level. Why don't you give it a shot?
Well, he made it sound like that was like absolutely dire that we get this correct. Like if this messes it up, it's all over.
That might affect the pH, but until I figure out a way to measure it, I better not experiment. That might affect the pH, but until I figure out a way to measure it, I better not experiment.
It's very interesting. Okay. Well, let's go give the suit to Alex. Here you go, buddy.
Hey, I got a radiation suit.
Great. Hey, what's up with all the feathers?
Extra protection. Recent tech advancement.
You don't say. Well, I have been asleep for a long time.
Hey? Good? Can you fix this?
How about this little guy? Would he help? On my ship, they were good at fixing all kinds of things, especially electronics.
Incredible. Much more advanced than the units I'm used to. He's probably exactly what we need, but it looks like he needs some rewiring. And that tech is way beyond me.
So, you know this girl?
Yep, that's Vela. Oh, wow. I didn't realize her family was looking for her. I wonder if they'll follow the trail up here eventually.
Maybe. Is it? Okay. I'm just gonna do that really quick. System settings. Preferences, notifications. Ooh, cool. Off. Beautiful. There we go. All right. We'll never have that happen again. Thank you very much, Paragon. I appreciate it.
Huh. It's not exactly the same shape, but maybe if I turn it. Oh, that doesn't look good. I don't think that would help this little guy.
Okay, so we gave him the radiation suit, but we got nothing. Let's go out. Let's go back. There's got to be something that we got to do for this guy who's choking. I just don't know.
Do you know how to repair hexapals? That sounds like a no. He seems a little too distracted right now to enjoy that. What if that whistling sound is actually something caught in his throat? Maybe I could fish it out with this.
Sir, you are more likely to force the object further down his throat if you attempt that. I recommend a sudden constricting pressure to the abdomen instead. Trust me, choking prevention is my business.
She needs a hook. But I don't
think I want to grind any eggshell onto that.
I have to figure out a way to measure the pH balance of this shell.
I think he needs charging, not patching. I'm going to save my juice for a higher purpose.
This isn't going to be juice for this guy.
How about a little fruit to wash it down?
Yeah, right. Of course he's pissed. Yeah.
Humans are just...
I don't think I want to grind any eggshell onto that.
He's gonna... It's so frustrating because I know he's gonna puke, and it seems like... I don't know, maybe it's not useful to have it. He just does it because. Let's see what our man Curtis... Let's see if there's anything else I can do with Curtis.
Hey, don't touch that. I might need to return this whole setup. I'm still in the experimental phase. Hey, don't touch that. Dude, don't burn trash in my house, please. Dude, don't burn trash in my house, please.
You got it, man.
This button only works on grabbing Gary. I wonder where he is now, and what he's grabbing. I can't do that from here.
So that's not gonna do anything.
I can't do that from here. Can you raise the dead?
I'm a spirit.
No, you can't do that.
I can't do that from here.
Aren't you gonna figure out how to get me down?
So I need to be heavier. This thing is heavy, but nobody knows how to make it, it seems. I don't know that I have any... I don't think any of these can be
I don't
combined.
think mixing them together is the right way to go about things.
I don't either. By the way, I know there might be some new folks that are in here, obviously, that are still hanging out. Do not backseat. It's one of the 2 rules. Don't spoil, don't backseat. If either of these guys can do anything with him.
How would you guys fix a broken robot?
I usually fix brakes with a mixture of sugar water and eggs.
I don't think that would work here.
If it's really hopeless, I would just mix it all up into a baking dish with some apple preserves, call it a crumble.
Not helpful, man.
Serve it with ice cream.
Husker, you are a genius.
Well...
I don't think I want to grind any eggshell onto that.
Holy crap. What's up, Damon? Thank you for the raid. There's an outrageous amount of raids tonight. Thank you all so much for bringing your communities my way. Damon, I hope you had a great stream. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple family therapist, PhD in human development.
Hey,
This is game sessions with a therapist.
It's a
Where I use
fundraiser.
cool games to illustrate psychological concepts.
Tell him, Rocky. They've got red frosting.
Need any eggshells?
Usually, we try to keep the shells out of the mixture, but thanks. Yeah, so whenever you're ready for some cupcakes for a good cause.
Already bought
we'll
cupcakes.
be right here.
How's the campaign going?
It's building, cup by.
Got my cane from Grandpa.
What can you tell me about these eggshells, Spoon?
Well, I wouldn't recommend eating them, sir. They are comprised primarily of calcium carbonate, which has little or no nutrient value.
What do you think of this fruit, Spoon?
Oh, sir, I wouldn't eat it. I mean, how can you trust food that doesn't come from a replicator? Besides, I'm sensing a strong acid content.
Oh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay. Alright. So I can dip the spoon in the mixture that Dad was making. That's helpful. Get out of here. Come on. Man, this is brutal how far you have to walk. Okay. So then it's going to tell me whether I need to add the fruit or whether I need to add the eggshell. Right, if it's too basic, I need to add an acid. If it's too acidic, we'll get a little base in there. Okay. Over here. Spoon! Tell me about Dad's mixture.
Sir, I hope you don't intend to eat that putrid-smelling concoction.
Nope.
Whew!
Just dipping your toes in it.
But sir, oh my. Not to question the mission, sir, but was there some reason you stuck me into that toxic potion?
How's the pH balance in there?
The mixture has a pH balance of 6. Exactly.
Okay, so it needs to be more
You
acidic.
need to get it to 7. Exactly.
Chuck the apple in.
Hang on there, son. Do you know how acidic that fruit is?
No, but my spoon will tell me.
Oh, no, no, no! No, 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 no. So, no. Wait a second. Isn't one acid? Oh, God. Oh, my God. I gotta remember chemistry. Oh, Jesus.
What are those, eggshells?
Shells is shells, right?
Actually, calcium carbonate is the main ingredient in all kinds of shells.
Exactly.
There we go.
So you were listening to my night lectures on science.
Uh-huh. Any luck?
I'm detecting a pH level of...
There we go. Woo!
7.
To think I was in honors chemistry in high school.
Perfectly balanced, sir.
Nice work, son. Now for the final ingredient. Just a small bonding and reduction agent.
Oh, good. Blew up. Good.
It's
Perfection.
so small.
A little goes a long way. Come on, let's go fix that ship.
I love science.
Yay!
Amazing. Just like my dad used to make.
Let me at that hull
Night,
and I'll
Holly.
start patching her up.
Sure, go ahead.
Hey, can I go down there?
Aren't you busy helping me find stuff for my ship?
Oh, yeah. What's left?
Still need an electronics genius, and, haven't found a superconductive gyroscopic hypercam yet. And gotta replace my heavy-duty anti-gravity thrust unit. Once we take
So
care of
much to
that,
do,
we'll be
man.
ready to fly.
On it.
Alright, so I gotta stop this guy from choking.
Can I go through this door my dad used?
Oh, you don't want to go down there yet. Very unsafe. Many sublevels are structurally unsound. Who knows if the air's breathable? Plus,
Let my
there's
dad
some
down
rogue
there.
automatons I've yet to get under control.
Why didn't you warn my dad about that stuff?
Didn't you see the look in his eyes? I knew there was no stopping him.
I'll give you the same look if it means you're gonna let me go.
Is that Prima Doom? I mean, Shell Mound? Hey, you got this old-timey leap.
Oh, okay. So now... Jeez. So the apple's not it. This is now done. I need to figure out a way to get a hook for her.
Hey, Carol.
Oh, that's so nice to hear.
Did you say you had wire?
I have a bunch, but I'm using it all up trying to make these dang hooks.
Can you fix my hex again, guy?
Well, good luck. I don't think she can fix dead hexapals.
Yeah, I'm too busy relaxing.
Have you seen this girl?
Hey, that's the girl who found a way off of Mariloft for all of us. Really great kid. I hope I get to thank her someday.
Do you know how to make something from a schematic drawing?
Yes, just as long as it's a drawing of shoes.
Hi, boy, oh boy. She needs a hook. Shea hook isn't it. Somebody's got to repair the hexapel, which assumes means her giving me wires. So she needs a hook to give me the wire to fix the hexapel, because then I can take it to Alex to fix the hexapel. Oh my gosh, Moo Hoodles, what's up? Yo, this is nuts. This is like crazy amount of rates. Thank you so much, Moo Hoodles, for bringing people my way. I hope you had a wonderful stream. I'm Dr. Mick, licensed couple and family therapist, PhD in human development, and this is Game Sessions with a Therapist, where we play cool games, talk about mental health, psychology, therapy, and more, in an effort to destigmatize those things and bring information to people who wouldn't otherwise have it in a responsible and ethical way.
It's gone. Nothing down there now but sand.
Appreciate it, friend. I go back to the ship where my dad is?
Nothing down there now but sand.
Okay, so interesting. So my dad doesn't have anything. Oh, well, no, my dad's in the spaceship now. So there's nothing by Mog Chother that's going to help. I don't have anything new.
Hey, Spoon, do you think you could make this tree choke and barf?
Impossible, sir. You know I've been developed with unchokeable technology.
Yeah, but him barfing doesn't do me any good because...
So just the sight of this girl's face...
Schoolgirl!
Fascinating.
Just leave me be.
Excuse me, but... Any idea? Nah, I don't want to leave that in the blast zone. Nah, I don't want to leave that in the blast zone. Nah, I don't want to leave that in the blast zone.
Let's go talk to Curtis. We definitely need the sap for something, but... getting the sap is the hard part here.
Home metallurgy kit.
He's got all this metal here.
Hey, don't touch that.
I'm not allowed to touch it. He can't fix this.
Hey, don't touch that.
Just help me out, buddy.
Well, have fun with the metal.
Later, Shader.
I don't think that would help this little guy. No.
Back up. I wonder if because those two girls left, I wonder if we need to maybe go talk to the guy that's... Maybe we talk to the bird. Let's see. Oh no, she's gone. Okay. Bird's gone. Go over here. Go talk to this guy again. Let's go see if maybe I missed something. He's got a crush, and she knows it.
Hey, Hunter.
Huh? Oh, hey.
I don't think that would help me get this hypercam made. Do you know this girl?
Oh, yeah, she tried to kill me.
Wow, really?
Been great, Moo.
Yeah, basically.
Need something to poke holes in the fruit?
I got that covered, thanks.
He seems to have all the implements he needs. Do you know how to revitalize a dead robot?
I'd probably give it some juice. Whatever.
Alright, so it's not him. So...
Hey!
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
Maybe I should not go. Oh man, even this place is rigged for safety. My mom would love it here.
Probably nothing
Maybe
here, but I'm gonna try it. Oh no, we're not gonna fall on the branch. Interesting. Although we went to the branch and it didn't have anything, so... Alright, so we're done with this part. What have we not used? Obviously, we have to do something with Feather and Brother Lightbeard.
Why would they build a fountain for that weirdo? Or is this some kind of warning? Don't see anything there I want to eat. I don't think that would get me anything. I don't think that would help this little guy. No response.
Pretty sure this part's done. How would I make myself heavier? Or at the very least get the other guy excited enough.
Hey, you want to buy a cupcake?
Not good.
It's a fundraiser. Because, tell him, Rocky. They've got red frosting. Yes. So, whenever you're ready for some cupcakes for a good cause, we'll be right here.
I wonder if maybe I switch back to Vela and see about that star chart?
Yep. This guy is weirding me out. Yeah, let's just...
She has a hook. Alright, so we're gonna... Yeah, let's do that. Alright, so Vela's back here. Use the hook. Yeah, it seems like they're gonna come together in some way. God damn it. Get out of here. She goes through here. I'm gonna try to use that star chart that we had in that guy's room. And let's see what happens.
Preparing decryption mechanism.
On we go.
Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle
I'm no
rotational
seamstress.
velocity.
That works for me. Just a quick fix.
Oh, that doesn't look right.
3.
I don't think that's right.
1. Nanoscope deployed. Drive thread engaged. What?
No. God damn it.
Let's try that again.
Okay. I gotta remember what the picture was. Shea. Okay, so I can go back and forth. Nice. I don't know that I'm a huge fan of this because of the fact that, like, how would Vela know what to do unless she talked to Shea? Whatever. I'll deal with it. I'm fine with it. I'll deal with it. Oh my god, it's already 1 o'clock. Crap. Okay. We're gonna try this. Hopefully it works. This way. Come on, Shea. Pick it up, buddy. Let's go. Through the door. Okay. Take a gander.
It looks like some sort of musical star chart.
So those 3 quadrants. So 3 corners, these 3. So it's either gonna be doesn't it look like this is written backwards? It wouldn't make any sense because the treble clef is correct, but doesn't the handwriting look like it's backwards? It looks like it's backwards. All right, whatever. So 2 middle. Swap. Do this again.
Preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity.
I don't think anyone would mind this.
4.
Slight
3,
alteration here.
2.
I'm no seamstress. That works for me.
Drive thread engaged. What? Preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity.
I think this would look better this way.
Yeah, there's no way that this is it.
Here.
4, 3, 2, 1. Nanoscope deployed. Drive thread engaged. What? Leave error.
Alright, so it's got to be incomplete in some way. Because there's only...
It looks like some sort of musical star chart.
It's impossible for that to be it. Unless it's supposed to be the one, like, around. So, like, maybe I'm supposed to make it so that those are the ones that are empty? And I'm supposed to just hit, like, the 2, like, the 3 on the ends? I mean, I guess I could try that. Hold on a second. I'm taking a picture of this
It
on
looks
my
like some
phone.
sort of musical star chart.
I don't want to have to keep switching. No record. What are you doing? Okay. Let's try this again.
That's preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity.
Let me just make one small change here.
4, 3,
Makes it look the way it's supposed to look. Let's see.
1. Nanoscope deployed. Drive thread engaged. What? Leave error? Remind them. Let's try that again.
Oy vey, man.
With pleasure. Preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive.
It's like a giant scarf. Somehow it tells the ship where to go.
Leave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity. Deploying nav scarf in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nav scarf deployed. Drive thread engaged.
Nothing happened.
Affirmative. We were already located at the destination indicated by the star chart. Obviously a drill. I hope that I passed. Maybe we traveled to an alternate dimension that looks...
So what my hypothesis here is that if that was the, like, that this is the, like, pattern that got, oh god, I don't...
Not a problem. Weaving. Preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity. Deploying nav scarf in 5, 4, 3.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
1. Nav scarf deployed. Drive thread engaged.
Nothing happened.
Affirmative. We were already located at the destination indicated by the star chart. Obviously a drill. I hope that I passed. Certainly are having a lot of drills today.
Okay, so, oh man, back to Shea.
It looks like some sort of musical star chart.
So, okay. There's no way, unless those are notes, but the thing that I don't understand is we don't have like an instrument. Like we don't have a cello. Oh. I'm like so determined to figure this out, but I'm also really tired. Like something like I know we're not done. He's got like okay. Like like, I'm trying to think of the order of operations here. It feels like, okay, so in order for her to give me wire to fix my hexapel, I have to get her a hook. Vela has a hook. But obviously, we got to use something else. We need something that can basically give this guy the Heimlich, which my guess would be is the hexapel. But I can't get the hexapel fixed until I get the wiring. The only other thing is that Brother Lightbeard, we need to get him down, but we can't get Feather to get his self-esteem in a place where he's going to be willing to help us do that so that we can make the ladder heavy enough. The only thing I could think of would be like if Shea was standing in a spot where like he could make the tree puke on him and be covered in sap, and then that would make him healthy. That would make him heavy.
I've detected an unusual rock forming.
But I don't think that's going to do it either. Oh my god. I have not talked. Oh, I mean, the other thing that's heavy is this cat thing, but he won't give me the cat. Like, why won't he give me the cat?
Metallurgy.
Like, he's got some heavy shit here, but I don't have anything.
Need anything to scoop out hot molten steel?
Nope, I just pour it right into the mold, thanks.
Sir, are you...
This button only works on grabbing Gary. I wonder where he is now. How you holding up?
Bad.
You should help Brother Lightbeard.
I can't.
Climb the ladder. You're light enough.
But I'm not brave enough.
Well, see you later. Well,
I really hope I don't have to, you know.
Well, see you later. I bet that little guy would really cheer him up if he weren't, you know, dead. Hey, maybe a hook would help.
I've already hooked my ladder onto his cloud. I'm just afraid to climb it.
This button only works on gravity. Are you any good with... Can you think of any way to help this guy, Spoon?
Only by making sure he started his day with a nutritious breakfast, sir.
It already has hooks at the top.
I don't think I can hook this thing.
Maybe next time I need a back scratcher. Would it help if I threw you a crochet hook?
Please. I try to avoid.
Can you raise the dead?
No.
I can't do that from here.
By the way,
I can't do
don't touch
that from here.
bow. No reason.
There's nothing I can hook this to.
I can't do that from here. I can't do that from here.
What are you waiting for?
Oh man, what's up, John? Oh, jeez. Where'd the bird go?
Hey, Husker. Walter.
Shea?
Shea.
Do you guys know those girls selling cupcakes over there?
Yes, those are our daughters. They just met, but it seems like they've been friends for years.
Watch out for those cupcakes, though. They are not the secret to lightness, I'll tell you. Personally, I only eat the frosting. The sugar keeps my hair shiny and smooth.
Well, see you guys later.
Take care, Shea.
Thanks for the sweet treat.
Walt, we need to talk about how to talk without sounding so creepy.
Star chart's driving me nuts.
Why would they build a fountain for that weirdo? Or is this some kind of warning about him? Don't see anything there I want to eat. Hey! Say there.
Huh?
Say there. Can you train my robot to fight? Maybe.
No. Nothing over here to climb.
Such amazing fauna on this planet.
Oh my god. This is hurting my brain, man.
Cupcakes! Red frosting cupcakes! Have fun, Vellatartine! Buy a cake! Stop the mogs! Cupcakes!
Oh man.
Cupcakes!
I just
Have fun, Vellatartine! Buy a cake! Stop the mogs!
This guy's wife needs. Oh god damn it. This guy's.
Cupcakes! Red frosting cupcakes! Have fun, Vellatartine!
This is killing me, man. This is killing me. I can't go to bed on this. It almost seems like you missed several times, but there's no way to get anything. I mean, that's what's driving me crazy here. Is like, we have gone everywhere. We have used every item on everybody. Like, we've explored this guy's house. There's like nothing else for me to click on. There's nothing for me to do with this window. I can't do anything here. The only thing, I mean, there's wood here, but that's not...
Is this boarded up for fight?
Like the tree vomits. Yeah, I mean, that's it. Absolutely, Hour. Can't do the well. I can do his door. I can't do this tree. I gotta give it to Double Fine, man. I know I said this last episode, but I don't get stuck very often on stuff like this. So, like, in a way, this is a joyful experience. But it's just so frustrating. I feel like I've gone everywhere. I feel like I've explored everything. We took something out of the mailbox.
That's an interesting smell. So unfamiliar.
Have I been over here? Can you walk over here?
What the? Oh, wow. This is incredible. A real giant constrictor. My mother never would.
You're happy about it? Oh, well, I guess it makes sense why he's happy about it.
That must have been. Date in case of snake blowhorn. You're welcome. I can't use my hands. Feel like letting go of me, Mr. Huggy? Wow. Oh, you really aren't kidding around, are you? I can't use my hands. You're actually, it sounds like someone's really afraid of hugs. So, is your plan to kill me,
hell?
then eat me? Amazing. I hate to do this to you, big guy, but... I've got stuff to do. No time for play right now.
Were we able to go over? The hell?
Hello again, old friend. That must have been danger. I was snowing. Feel like letting go of me, Mr. Huggy? Wow. Oh, you... In case of... snake.
You alright there, Snake?
Sounds like someone's really afraid of hugs. You're actually trying to squeeze the life out of me, aren't you? I love it! So, is your plan to kill me, then eat me? Amazing! Oh, that was a good one. Oh. Well, this has been fun, but... I had better be going soon. Okay. Fun time's over, my scaly friend. I hope you're not bending my friend's spoon. I remember reading on the ship's Cosmomnopedia that snakes hate loud noises. I don't want to have to resort to sonic violence, Mr. Huggy, but it's time to let go now. Seriously, you better let go. Not kidding around, Mr. Huggy. I think it won't be much longer now. Guess that poor snake didn't realize how many hug attacks I've been through.
Have I seriously been walking around like a knucklehead because I didn't just walk over here?
Mr. Huggy's all tuckered out. Don't want to leave him here where someone...
Wow, I wonder what we might do. Perhaps we use the snake to choke that guy out. Oh my god,
that
man.
would wake up Mr. Huggy. But then he'd just go back into his tree. And in case of snake, blow horn. You're welcome. Curtis.
Unbelievable.
Oh, great sign placement, guys. Where's the warning about the cliff?
Oh my god. This is crazy.
Humans are just...
Okay. It's alright. We got there. Bravo. Have a snake. I did find it eventually, but I guess that's why you gotta do the RPG thing where you check every corner.
Oh, hey, you had something caught in your throat. Hey, knock that off, Mr. Huggy. Back to your tree.
Mog Chatra, struck down by the Dead-Eye God, only to rise again. This maiden's feast was a disaster. I'm never going to be mayor now.
Time to drink. Okay, give me this.
Do you know how to build a superconductive gyroscopic hypercam?
I can build anything, as long as it's made out of sand.
I don't think sand is superconductive.
If it can't be made with sand, it's not worth making at all.
I don't know about that.
Do you know how to build a... Oh, do you mean sand? Synthetic autonomous nanodrones? Because that would be great if you had some of those.
No, I mean sand, as in...
I don't think sand is going to stick together enough.
Once upon a time, I would agree with you. But I recently met a mysterious young woman who gave me a secret ingredient.
I think sand is the perfect material for making spaceship parts. But can you make something this complicated?
Please, do you realize to whom you are speaking? And that's why they call me Marshal Duke.
Okay. So he makes it out of sand.
For reminding me why I got into this business. I might look like a politician, but underneath it all, I'm just a guy who loves sand. Ooh, that's good. I'm going to pass that along to my speechwriter.
Nice. Good. Alright. Now we go over here. It's amazing how this all comes together. I just needed one thing. Set this right here.
I'm just gonna put this here, okay?
Yep.
Hey, the forest isn't your dumping ground, human.
I just need you to puke on it.
So just the sight of this girl's...
Okay. So we're good.
It looks like a crown, but if I wore it, I'd look like the king of barf.
Okay. So now let me go give this to Alex.
Hey, would this work as a superconductive yada 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 cam?
Well, it might work as a box to hold one in, or as a mold to make one, but not as the part itself.
Oh!
I see.
Clever. Okay. Alex. I've got a mold for you, big dog. I God. So much traveling. Come on. How long have I been live? Oh my gosh. And now we go here. I can't believe I missed that snake. It's ridiculous. I would have loved some kind of indication, some kind of sign or something that says you can walk over there. Because I swear with Vela you couldn't.
Hey, Curtis, do you think you could use this as a mold?
Hey, this is a nice mold. What is this, a candle holder?
It's a super...
Because candle holders sell like crazy. I can totally use this as a mold if it's a candle holder.
It's a super candle holder.
Cool. Let's try it out. Hit the road, kitty.
Thank you for the candle holder.
Please don't be a cat.
Hell yeah.
Do you think it conducts electricity really well?
Well, not that it matters for a candle holder, but based on the metals I'm using, yes.
Thanks.
Yeah, you take the first one. Fair trade for this awesome mold that is gonna make me so rich. Which I only care about because it gives me the freedom to be truer to myself as an artist.
Of course, yes.
Thanks, Curtis. Pleasure doing business. I mean, art with you.
Yes. Okay, good. Now.
It would make a nice looking crown, but I don't want to wear this. I want to give it to Alex.
Okay. Now. I walked. Okay, I'm over it. I walked past that snake so many goddamn times. Alex, take the superconductor, big dog.
Here you go. One superconductive gyroscopic hypercam as requested.
Hey, that looks even better than my old one. This faux sandy texture really adds to the conductive surface area. Brilliant.
Oh yeah, that's a really recent advancement in hypercams. I don't know how to tune that. Hey, that song that makes your space conductor return to his last port? Could you play it for me? On this?
Well, I can try.
Ew, that was just in that guy's throat. Mid, mid, high, low, mid.
Oh, that's catchy.
I think if you're a navigation computer, that's actually a pretty hot melody.
Mid, mid, high, low, mid.
We shall be there preparing decryption mechanism. Initializing warp and wolf drive. Intake calipers in position. Weave thrusters at viscosity. Spindle at rotational velocity.
Mid.
Slight alteration here.
High, low, mid.
4, 3, 2.
Please work.
Nanoscope deployed. Drive thread engaged. Drive thread paused.
What?
Oh, thank God.
Pause.
Yes, it is strange. The nav system is ready, but the engines are being blocked.
Blocked? By what?
By the young master's mother.
What?
By the way, who are you?
Long story.
We've got time. Not going anywhere.
We'll see about that.
Oh, thank God. Thanks for sticking through that, YouTube. Oh my god, part 6 was a slog. It was fun. I enjoyed that. Despite my frustration, I enjoyed that a lot. That was just, God, there was so much to that. And all it took was me finding that snake. I bet you this was a half hour to 45 minutes less time if I found that snake earlier. Always check your corners. Alright. Good stuff. I appreciate all of you for coming out. Make sure you leave a like, leave a comment. Turn notifications on, subscribe to the channel, turn them off if you don't want them. Follow all the links in the description, all that fun stuff. Thank you so much for making it to the end. If you made it to the end, it tells me you probably like the channel, so please make sure you subscribe. I really can't emphasize that enough. We're going to see what happens with Mom. We're going to go give Mom a stern talking to in episode 7. All right? Whew. My brain's fried. Thanks for being here. Catch you on the next one.